The Pittsburgh Steelers. Good afternoon, everyone. Don Criqui with Paul Maguire. Not that long ago, it was a season of Super Bowl promise for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But in their last two games, as you may know, they've been routed by a combined score of 60-16 by Denver and then Houston. The absence of Barry Foster has been a big factor. Today's is a very important game. John Jackson, their offensive tackle, one of the best players in the league for Pittsburgh, says that this is the game that this season will turn on. A win and we're back in it. A loss and we're not sure where we are, Paul. What's happened to these guys?
Something I don't understand. I've never really seen it in the National Football League. 3 weeks ago, they played the Buffalo Bills and beat them 23-0. Now, we talked to both Greens and Jackson yesterday, and they said, you know, the last two games we hadn't come down from the Bills win. Wait a minute. This is the National Football League. Bill Cowher didn't buy that when we said to him yesterday, you know, this is what these guys are saying. He says, this is ridiculous. This team's a better football team. Barry Foster is not in this team. As far as offense is concerned. Take a look at what's happened to the defense in the last 2 weeks. Those are the guys on the right. But the most important thing about that is look at the interceptions at the bottom. Only one in the last 2 games.
Meanwhile, the New England Patriots continue as the losing team that no one wants to play. 7 of their defeats by 4 points or less. They're not a bad offensive team. They just can't close the sale and score.
They can't put touchdowns on the board. They can put field goals on the board, but you take a look at the graphic about who the players are, and look at these are all players. Then the second place is New England with only 12 touchdowns. In the National Football League, you don't win with only 12 touchdowns.
Downfield by the Patriots and knocked out of the end zone. And so the Steelers will start the game 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. Scott Sisson getting off to a good start, putting a kickoff up into the wind and out of the end zone. There is a gusting wind. It could be a factor. There's the offensive line. Jackson has been absolutely outstanding at left tackle. And the Patriot coaches called Dermotty Dawson, the Steelers Pro Bowl center, the best center in football. Neil O'Donnell, third-year QB out of Maryland, starts at quarterback. Leroy Thompson's in for the injured Barry Foster. He's the key runner, Thompson. The extra wideout comes in. Mills joining Graham and the speedster Stone. Eric Green's a big target, a 285-pound tight end. O'Donnell goes to the run. This is Merrill Hodge, and he breaks it and gets to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, almost 6 yards as we look at the Patriots on defense. Todd Collins was the tackler and inside backer. Tim Goad coming off a terrific game last week against the Jets. 9 tackles and a fumble recovery. Dwayne Saab again starting at outside backer. Maurice Hurst having a very strong year for the Patriots. A young secondary joined in the dime setup by Renee Thompson and Deion Lambert. On 2nd and 5, the Steelers go back to the run, this time to the near side, and Thompson turns it up and out. He's ahead for a Pittsburgh first down to the 32-yard line. 6-yard gain. Vincent Brown was the tackler for New England.
Left guard, number 67, Duval Love, coming out. He's pulling out to the outside. He gets a block upfield. Number 77, who Hasselrink comes out and gets a block. Hodge gets a block, and they pick up the first down. This is what the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have to do, line up and run the ball.
Something they did very well earlier in the year, particularly when they had Barry Foster in. Foster, you can't say enough about him. A year ago, he was the AFC's leading rusher with almost 1,700 yards, and he carried almost 400 times. In effect, he was the offense. This time, a straight-ahead give to Leroy Thompson, and the former Penn State running back is struck head-on by Todd Collins. Little or no gain. Bill Parcells, the beat goes on. Every week his team coming close. One thing you have to say about them, these guys have a spirit about them that they're ready to play every down for 4 quarters. There's the defensive coordinator, Al Groh, who said the Steelers give you a lot of different looks. They do a lot of different things, although they look basically the way they set up. It's a good offense. And here now is O'Donnell lofting it downfield, and he's just a little bit long to Thompson. Almost a spectacular play by Neil O'Donnell. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
O'Donnell, just watch what he does here. He goes back to pass. He was looking for Green over the middle, but the rush is on, and watch it. He just spins back to the outside. When he spins outside, that's Saab number 95 that misses him, and he almost gets the ball downfield. It's been a great play. A little too far.
Just a bit. So that brings up 3rd down now and 9. Extra wide receivers in the game. Ernie Mills comes in. Shotgun snap to O'Donnell, and over the middle throw, and he's not close. So O'Donnell has been troubled by tendonitis in his right elbow, his throwing arm, all season long since training camp. And then he went out with a shoulder injury in that rout loss last Sunday night at Houston.
I think he was trying to get the ball to Eric Green, number 86, coming across the middle, and he never got off the line of scrimmage. Excuse me. New England Patriots just held him, and they had double coverage on him in the middle. Someone's got to be open when you double cover the tight end.
Mark Royals in to punt the ball for the Steelers. Hits it high, but not too deep. Ronnie Harris takes the ball inside the 30-yard line, and Harris, making his first appearance as a New England Patriot, returns the ball to the 31-yard line, a 38-yard punt and a 1-yard return. Larry Griffin was on the tackle for the Steelers.
Roll 31 yards.
Penalty marker down, stopping the clock with 12:43 to play in the first quarter. Steelers 3 weeks ago with that big win, 23-0 over the Bills. It's been all downhill since. The Patriots coming off a 6-0 loss
5-yard
to the Jets.
21 of the kicking team.
Ron
First
Plum
down,
making the signal
timeout.
against the Steelers. It is on number 21. Deion Figures, their top draft choice. Patriots have him. We come back.
The secret of doing successful advertising lies in saying the same thing over and over and over again.
Drew Bledsoe, the number 1 draft choice in the NFL last April, getting more confident every week when we talk to him. And he really feels now that he's got in sync with his offensive blocking. This is a good offensive line. Armstrong and Harlow having standout years at tackle. Mike Arthur in his center today. Bill Lewis was hurt last week. Evan Turner and Leonard Russell, 2 big backs, not a lot of speed, but Russell coming off a career game, 147 yards last week.
And Turner's an excellent blocker.
The Patriots, first play from scrimmage. Leonard Russell. He knows the Steelers will be hunting the football as he protects it with both arms and takes it ahead for 2 yards. There's the Steelers' front 7. Kevin Green is a player we watch, number 91, the former Ram. He's a good-time sack master. Levon Kirkland coming out at inside backer. Greg Lloyd is the best defender, a Pro Bowl outside linebacker. Some people think Rod Woodson is the best player in the NFL at any position, but he hasn't been the last 3 weeks.
No, even Parcells said it when he saw me. He said, you know, he hasn't had that Pro Bowl just the last couple of weeks. He hasn't played like a Pro Bowler.
Bledsoe, good play fake, buys some time, fires downfield. But that lightning arm has too much lead on the pass. It's incomplete. And that brings up 3rd down and a long 8.
Trying to get the ball down to Michael Tipson. The only man he could find with one-on-one coverage, and Tipson was coming across the middle, but he couldn't shake the defender, and the ball's thrown too far outside to the left of the screen. He's looking for Tipson now, and he sees him breaking right here, but the ball is too far to the outside. There's the one-on-one coverage by D.J. Johnson. Couldn't get the ball there. Pittsburgh has to win this game on defense today, Crick. I really believe that, because the offense has not looked well at all.
They didn't on that first series. 3rd down. Bledsoe stands in. Again, they give him time. Here's a throw downfield, and it skips off the hands of his receiver, Vincent Brisby. That was where it had to be. And Brisby, who's a good-handed receiver, he made some great catches in the rain last week. Can't come down with it.
Well, I think Gary Jones, number 25, got in his way. He's a 6-back on a dime situation. And Gary Jones went up in the air, and Brisby lost sight of the ball at that time. The ball goes right through his hands.
Rod Woodson is back, anticipating the punt of Mike Saxon of the Patriots. Pittsburgh about to get the ball for the 2nd time in the game. They're coming with a full rush. Saxon hits it very well downfield. Woodson inside his 10-yard line. Keeps the first wave, and Rod Woodson turns it out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Woodson had 7 interceptions in the first 6 games this season, but he hasn't had any since. A 57-yard punt by Saxon and a 12-yard return by Rod Woodson.
You know, you were saying that they had a full-scale rush on the punter that time. The one thing with Woodson back there, you can block guys one-on-one downfield and let Woodson run with the ball. He can fake people out. He's got great skills back running punts back, which he loves to do. So you really don't have to have a whole lot of blocking for him down there. You can go after almost every punt.
Deion Figures almost got to it. The Steelers now have 2 tight ends in the game. Adrian Cooper joins Eric Green. Power set, lone back is Leroy Thompson. He gets the ball, and the marker comes down as Thompson is taken down hard at the 25-yard line.
A lot of people left too soon for the Steelers. They're in a hurry.
Make haste slowly. Leaving before the snap.
I'll start prior to the snap. 72 offense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
Bill Cowher, in his second year last season, he led the Steelers to their first division title in 8 years as a rookie head coach. They were 11-5. This has been a troubled year for Cowher and the Steelers, and as we pointed out, a pivotal game today as they come in 6-5 and 1 game behind Houston. The Oilers hooking up with Atlanta right now at the Astrodome. Oilers on a 6-game win streak. O'Donnell takes a look, eludes the rush of Gove. Neil O'Donnell ran a run, and they run him out of bounds. Mike Pitts thinks the better of hitting him as the official was ready to throw a personal foul flag.
I'm sorry I jumped in, Crick, but I saw Graham, number 81, going beyond the defensive back, and I mean, he was gone. O'Donnell couldn't find him. He's on Rod Smith. Watch this. When Graham, here he goes. He's beyond. He's like, from there it doesn't look like it, but it's 10 yards beyond, and he sees O'Donnell going out. All O'Donnell, if you can see him downfield, just throw the ball as hard as you can.
O'Donnell comes in completing 58% of his passes, 9 for touchdowns, thrown 5 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 83+. Green, the tight end, goes in motion. The run is by Leroy Thompson, and the Patriots, who've been 25th out of 28 teams in stopping the run, put the big stick on. They've been shutting it down.
I don't care how good or how bad a quarterback you are, you cannot throw the ball unless somebody blocks up front. This offensive line has really not blocked well at all. Every time that Neil O'Donnell has gone back for a pass where he wants to set up, he's been rushed. He has to avoid the rush, and it's really hard to find players downfield. And that time, the offensive line didn't block anybody.
And now he is forced with a downfield throw as third down comes up, and the Steelers need 18. O'Donnell in a shotgun set with 3 wide receivers in the game. Green comes in motion. Here comes the rush again. O'Donnell triggers it to an open man. Hodge is ahead, and he dives very close to a first down, but he did not get it. He needed 18. He got 17. Vincent Brown getting there in the nick of time to stop the Steelers and force another Pittsburgh punt.
You're trying. Look at O'Donnell is trying to go downfield with the ball. He's looking. Hodge is just an outlet receiver. He sees the rush coming in. He throws to Hodge. The linebackers are really not covering on the outside. They finally get to him. Vincent Brown knocks him out of bounds and saves getting a first down. Good play by the defense.
A very good play, and almost a first down, but Mark Royals is into punt again. Hits it now into a swirling wind. Ronnie Harris comes up on the ball, fields it inside his 35. He fumbles the ball. And the Patriots get it back. David Bavaro comes up with the ball. A near miss for the Steeler coverage team.
By Oldsmobile. By Sony, the official video electronics company of the NFL. By ITT. When it comes to building businesses, at ITT, we're adding more than just our name. And by Head & Shoulders and Head & Shoulders 2-in-1. Because great hair can't have flakes.
On his punt return, Ron Harris, he'll take his eye off the ball, almost to his spot. He's watching the ball, but watch, he sees Larry Griffin. Right now, he's looking at Griffin. The ball goes through his arm. You got to watch it the entire time. Bavaro was there.
Now back to live action into Leonard Russell as he's picked up, and a nice play by Greg Lloyd. The outside linebacker. Earlier this season, Lloyd said that this Pittsburgh defense doesn't get enough credit. And then when the Steelers started to give up a lot of points the last couple of weeks to Denver and to Houston, he said we're having too much attention placed on us.
Is there a happy medium there? Avoid Lloyd. I love that big sign. Don't try to run wide on Lloyd. You're not going to make it.
Out of Fort Valley State, now in his 7th year, 3 times a Pro Bowl player. Bledsoe coming off a very good performance against the Jets. In the wind and rain at Foxborough, Donald Evans, the right end, might have jumped.
Donald Evans jumped, and the only reason that they blew the whistle because he didn't touch anyone when he jumped. But he had a free shot at the quarterback.
I mean, unabated towards the quarterback. Play was blown dead. 5
Yeah,
yards.
but what I'm saying is don't blow the whistle. See, if a defensive man goes offside, he doesn't touch anybody, they don't blow the whistle. But if he's got a straight shot, now watch, he goes through, and he really doesn't hit anybody here. But he has a direct shot at the quarterback now, so that's why they blow the whistle. They don't want the quarterback to get harmed. That's why you're up here.
Once again, I identified the obvious. He was slightly offside. 5 yards worth. Second down. Bledsoe stands in, swings it out. On the run is the fastest back, Corey Kroom, and he crashes out across the 40-yard line and out to the 43-yard line. Darren Terry, number 39, a free safety from Penn State, who's been a real good player for the Steelers, makes the tackle, but he does it 19 yards downfield.
Yeah, this screen is designed to run to the left-hand side, and they're going to catch Lloyd, number 95, inside. You see Lloyd there? He is to the inside. Pat Harlow doesn't block him, but he forces Lloyd to go inside. Kroom goes to the outside. They pick up the first down.
Bledsoe hit 10 of 18 throws in 68-mile-an-hour winds last week at Foxborough. Was intercepted once. Some felt it was his best game. You can just see the confidence rising in this kid when you talk to him. Drops a long ball. He has an open man. Michael Timpson has the defense beaten, and he is down inside the 10-yard line. He beat the All-Pro Rod Woodson. So Timpson, who had that critical fumble near the end of the game against the Jets when the Patriots were driving for what looked to be a touchdown that could have won the game, he fumbled it away, but this time he's on a 50-yard play.
One-on-one coverage. Now, Woodson is always going to cover the fastest man. This time, Timpson just runs right by Woodson. Woodson is looking in the backfield because there was a play-action pass. Bledsoe did a very good job of disguising it, hiding the ball, and they got the ball downfield. They're inside the 10.
First down and goal from the 10-yard line. This is where the Patriots have had problems closing the sail. End zone throw, and it's broken up. But penalty markers come in. Kevin Green, a linebacker, was covering Kevin Turner, a running back for the Patriots.
There's a whole lot of pass interference. Kevin Green knows he doesn't have a chance. All he does is stick his arms up. You can't put your arms up and wave in front of the receiver. You've got to give him the right to catch the ball, or at least you can turn around and knock the ball down. But he had his back
in the end zone. Ball was on the 1-yard line, first and goal.
Here it is. Watch Green, number 91. Look at his arms. They're up and waving. He's not even making an attempt at the ball, and that's what they call.
And, of course, as you well know, Paul, the Patriots have not scored a touchdown in the first quarter this season. First and goal from the 1. If they don't take it in from here, it's not going to happen. Bledsoe, not wanting to risk anything going wrong with this golden opportunity, calls a timeout. He goes to the sideline for some counsel.
The reason for the timeout, they only had 10 men on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this little guy down here is Barnes, trying to get on the field. And he does get on, but they call timeout. He's got to play with 11. I mean, he's supposed to anyway.
It's legal to play with less, but not well advised. This is just the 4th play of the drive coming up now. As you see, the Steeler defense has not allowed a rushing touchdown at home this season. The Patriots, who've been troubled in recent years, as their fans know so well, have only 4 road victories in the last 4 years.
They fumbled the ball. They fumbled the ball.
But they got it back. They're still alive as Donald Evans gets up, swinging his fist in disgust that they didn't capitalize.
Bledsoe was trying to get the ball to Leonard Russell, and it looked like he didn't have control of the ball. Parcells was telling us yesterday. I mean, we move the ball, and then we destroy ourselves. What is it that Kevin Turner told you last week?
We lose our minds. Yeah, we lose our minds. They almost lost the ball. This is like a continuing nightmare for the Patriots. They rank 14th out of 28 teams in the NFL in total offense, but they can't score touchdowns. Now it gets tougher. Second and goal from outside the 3. Bledsoe takes a look, buys some time, goes to the end zone, and it's caught by Ben Coates, and the New England Patriots are on the board with a touchdown as Big Ben Coates has his 5th touchdown catch of the year. And Parcells, well pleased, finally sees the Patriots close the case, make the sale. They've been pitching hard all year.
Well, they have it. You know, 1 touchdown in 12 games in the first quarter of this entire year. Out on the outside, when Greg Lloyd got blocked, it allowed Bledsoe to get to the outside and have all that time to find Coates.
Now Scott Sisson, who was in to try the point after. The touchdown coming with 6:47 to play in the first quarter. And Sisson knocks it through. And the underdog Patriots, a big underdog here at Three Rivers Stadium, on 5 plays, go 81 yards and score the game's first points.
Criqui on the outside, when Bledsoe is going to roll, this is play action, almost like a bootleg to the outside. On the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see Lloyd go, not Lloyd, I'm sorry, it was on the other side, was the blitzing linebacker on the other side of the field, didn't get upfield and couldn't get there. And once he couldn't get to the quarterback, it gave Bledsoe all the time in the world to throw the ball 5 coats.
Big Ben has been silent last couple of games, but he's the man that's much feared around the league. A tight end that has really come on, and everybody in the league talks about both his ability to catch the ball and to block. Parcells considers him one of his best players right now, just his 3rd year. So the Patriots, the big play in that drive, of course, the 50-yard throw from quarterback Drew Bledsoe to Michael Timpson that set this whole thing up, and the penalty in the end zone that gave the Patriots a 1st and goal. They survive, almost fumbling it away, and now with a 7-0 lead, Sisson is ready to kick off.
See how they react after scoring a touchdown in the first quarter for the first time.
Well, this will be interesting to see if they build on this or if they're overwhelmed by good fortune. They're going to be tough to beat today, the New England Patriots. Here's a kick into the end zone, downing the ball, and they will now come out as the ball is down by Dwight Stone, and be 1st and 10 again for Pittsburgh at the 20-yard line. Coming up next on most of these NBC stations, it's game 2 of our NFL doubleheader. Most of you will see the Denver Broncos take on the San Diego Chargers in an AFC West showdown. Some of you will see the Kansas City Chiefs collide with the Seattle Seahawks. Check your local listings for the game in your area. An NFL doubleheader day on NBC. Right now, we're at Three Rivers Stadium, 6:40 to play, first quarter. The Patriots have taken a 7-0 lead on the heavily favored Steelers. O'Donnell, play faking, backpedaling, swings off. And the screen pass is connected to Leroy Thompson, and he is ahead for a gain of 12 yards and a Steeler 1st down.
You know, they were talking yesterday, Parcells and the guys in the wing saying the best center in football is DeMonte Dawson. He's the guy that makes this work. Watch 63 get out into the screen. He's on the left of your screen right here, and here comes the block. He makes the block. The screen opens up. They pick up 11 yards. This guy's all over the field.
That was interesting, Paul, when he asked Parcells what makes him so good. He said his quickness. He said he absolutely amazes you where he gets to on the field to make blocks, as he just did. Now in 1st down, they go back to Thompson, running hard and taking hard hits, a gain of maybe a yard. Leroy Thompson is a power back, 5'11", 217. In his 3rd year from Penn State, he comes in with just over 420 yards rushing, averaging just over 4 yards a carry. But the man who's not here today, once again, Barry Foster, rushed for almost 1,700 yards last year.
Well, look at, I mean, here when you see the offensive lineman trying to block, when you have too many players to block, you can't block them. One thing the Pittsburgh Steelers have to do, they have to get downfield with the ball. They've got to get these people off the line of scrimmage. They have 7 people right up on the line of scrimmage.
Time they go back to the run. This time it's the veteran fullback Merrill Hodge running, and the Steeler faithful expressing some early displeasure as the offense sputters. Three Rivers Stadium, this was a battleground in the 1970s when one of the great dynasties, maybe the best ever in the NFL, ruled pro football. The steel curtain defense that won 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. Ron Earhart there, the offensive coordinator for the Steelers, hired Bill Parcells as his linebackers coach at New England back in 1980. Parcells hired Ron as his offensive coordinator with the Giants. They were together for 9 years, including two Super Bowl winning seasons. On 3rd down, O'Donnell steps in, lofts the ball, but he's off target. You watched a lot of tape of him, Paul, and you thought his ball was floating lately with that elbow.
Well, he's trying to throw the ball to Green, who was 6'5". If Green were 6'12", he couldn't catch that ball. I'll tell you, first of all, the rush is on. It's coming from the left-hand side of the defense. And that Slade, 53, comes in. And then look where this ball is thrown. There's just no way to get there. This ball is on a rise. They've got to get the ball downfield to the wide receiver.
The punt downfield by Mark Royals to Ronnie Harris, who fields it cleanly this time and then turns upfield to the 30-yard line. A 43-yard punt and a 5-yard return. The tackle by Greenport.
The secret of doing...
Waiting for his team to make something happen on offense as they have to punt the ball again. And the continuing mystery of Barry Foster, the injured running back, who might be unhappy about something. He continues to have his ankle problem, gets better, then it regresses. But there's one thing that might be inexcusable, and that's the fact we're told he's not even here today.
And that came from the PR department, the way they have not seen him so far today. But the game is sold out, so it could be home.
Any of you Steeler fans out there in Pittsburgh that have a Barry Foster sighting, let us know. Barry might be packing that easy chair. First down and 10 for the New England Patriots. Once again an offside. Bledsoe stands in, hits an open man, and out to the 48-yard line he goes to Michael Timpson. Arnell Lake was covering.
You know, I asked the guys yesterday at Pittsburgh, I said, any problem when you've never seen a quarterback before, you've never seen his tendencies, you don't know what he does except for on film? He said, we don't really think so. I'm going to tell you what, his cadence is different. You've never heard him before. It's offside against Lloyd, number 95. You don't know any of his tendencies. You've never heard his voice before, so you don't get the inflection in his voice at all. And these things are important.
Patriot fans all know Bledsoe is just 21 years old. Very personable young guy. He handles it well. The fame and the fortune has come to him as he gives off to Leonard Russell, who handles that football big time, game after game, pounding it out. A 235-pound runner out of Arizona State, tackled by Levon Kirkland of the Steelers.
I'll tell you something. I'm looking at this defense, and they're running all over the place. They're not even set. And you're going to see D.J. Johnson, number 44. Look how far inside he comes. He can't even make the play. He's not even in the picture now.
6 yards, second down.
The ball was advanced 6 yards downfield to the 45-yard line. There's D.J. Again, the Patriots go to the run, and again, Leonard Russell responds with yardage. First down yardage. He took a hard hit at the line of scrimmage and then broke it for a first down, and this crowd has turned on the Steelers at the moment.
They really have, and the one thing about that you never really see with the Steelers is when someone's running the football, he's on the ground. Somebody puts him on the ground. You take a look at Russell that time. He ran, and about 4 hits on him, and he never went down. Here comes Russell. Right on the screen. There's a hit there. A hit there, another hit there, and a fourth hit there by Johnson, and he just ran over him. That's what they're booing.
You don't hit him, he hit you. Great flake again by Bledsoe. Another throw and a big catch by Timpson, who's having a terrific day for the Patriots. He's ahead for what appears to be a first down to the 28-yard line. And again, he caught it on Rod Woodson, who he beat for a 50-yard gain in the touchdown drive.
And Rod Woodson is getting up very slowly. And you're looking at a team that when you have a quarterback with an arm like Bledsoe's, they're going to measure this and give him this much time to throw. Now, Green's going to come from the right of the screen. Nobody really blocks him, but Bledsoe just stays in there, reads it, and then Timpson goes up in the air, makes the play. Woodson makes the hit there. Look at his knee got bent underneath him. 3 catches for Timpson for 77 yards. Not bad.
Including that 50-yarder.
9 yards, second down.
They're going to be inches short of a first down, the Patriots, with 2:38 to go in the first quarter. Michael Timpson, one of the fastest Patriots. He was a Florida track champion and ran track at Penn State. Making amends for that catch and fumble last week that could have cost the Patriots a game, but that's been the story that's unfolded so many times. The thing you have to admire, so commendable about the Patriots, every week they play every down like a playoff berth is on the line.
They did something unusual. Going into this game, only 12 touchdowns. They have one already in the first quarter. The first time they had moved on the left-hand side.
It's like Eugene Chung, left guard.
Chung moved, and then they chucked Chung. I mean, he moves, and he stood there, and then somebody just drilled him.
69 offense prior to the snap, 5 yards.
Eugene's
Repeat second down.
When the fight starts. 300 pounds, and he's a karate expert.
Yeah, watch this. He moves. Then he gets popped by Evans. Then Evans popped him one more time. This is the story of this team. You know, they were second in inches where you can run everything you want in your arsenal. Play action, screens, anything you want to run. Now you go back to 2nd and 5 again.
Bledsoe making sure that his alignment is right as he gets Timpson and positioned in the slot left. Bledsoe with a timing throw. Brisby's going for it. He comes down with the ball. Another thing of beauty all the way down, and that is Vincent Brisby all the way down to the 5-yard line, a 28-yard gain on the play.
Can I ask you something? You know who they're picking on for this first quarter?
Rod Woodson.
Supposedly the best quarterback in all of football, cornerback, not quarterback. Rod Woodson, number 26. And they are beating him like a drum. And remember, he is one-on-one coverage all the time. Brisby, look at this pass over the shoulder. Can't be any better. I mean, the coverage is there. Unbelievable.
Leonard Russell down to the goal line, and he's in. And the Patriots, who've not scored a first quarter touchdown in 11 games leading up to today, have now knocked it in twice in the first quarter. But we have a blowout on our hands at the end of the Patriots.
People here were talking yesterday blowout by Pittsburgh.
A lot of people talking that.
Not so. This New England team been trying to put it together for 12 weeks. And so far, just so far, we're only in the first quarter, folks. But so far in this game, it's going to put 14 points on the board in the first quarter. And there's still 1:44 to go.
Scott Sisson out to try the point after. It is up, and it is good. And with 1:44 to go in the first quarter on a touchdown run by Leonard Russell, 6-play, 65-yard drive. Boos cascade down at the Steelers, but the Patriots riding high as they're up 14-0.
Russell just, I mean, this is just a straight handoff. Blocking on the left-hand side, Chung and company. Turner gets a good block, 34, and watch this. He is hit at the 4-yard line and just takes him right into the goal line. Kenny Davidson is the guy. Here it comes. Look at the line of scrimmage. Davidson, 64, is one of the guys who's going to get a hit here. But the blocking is just superb, and Russell does the rest by himself.
Leonard Russell getting the job done, his 4th touchdown of the year. And so again, Scott Sisson's ready to kick off. His 3rd kickoff of the first quarter. Rod Woodson, who Sam Weiss, now the coach of Tampa Bay, once called the most dangerous kickoff and return man I'll ever see. Back deep. Woodson, another track man, a standout at Purdue. Here's a spinning kickoff that'll carry to the goal line. Here comes Rod Woodson. A little bit tentative as he meets the first wave of tacklers, as the Patriots are down there to get him. First Patriot down to make the tackle was Terry Ray. As we now look at the natural gas quarterback efficiency leaders, Elway, the top man in the AFC. Montana back in peak form. Number 2, followed by Esiason. Neil O'Donnell, the Steelers, is 4th. Bledsoe 13th, but he's rising. The number 1 draft choice that week after week more and more appears to be well spent by the Patriots. Here's a throw to the flat. Right? Leroy Thompson has the ball. He's out to about the 28-yard line. Rod Smith knocked him down.
Crick, I got to show you something. I mean, Pittsburgh, when I'm saying they have to go downfield, there is a major problem here. And I want to show you the thing on a telestrator if I can about, look at this team. Look at here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're playing just 4 deep in the zones back here. And until you get these guys, these linebackers right here and here out of here, you're not going to be able to run the football. That time the linebacker stayed in. They finally got Thompson in the flat, and the ball was thrown behind him. It wasn't a good pass.
And that brings up 2nd down in about 3. Long 2. Here's the handoff. Thompson runs again. And he is close to the 30-yard line and to a first down. Tackled by inside backer Todd Collins of the Patriots.
But you see what's happening when you try to go wide, you've already got a linebacker out there that's stopping it. When you try to come inside, now you've got the linebackers and the interior linemen forcing back into the outside from inside, and there's no place to run. You've got all of these people lined up alongside the line of scrimmage. Hodges trying to get a block. The linebacker plays it off perfectly and makes the play.
It's interesting, Paul. Bill Cowher, assessing his team after the loss to Houston, said our defense is not giving us any leadership. Our offense isn't making the plays. We're getting no spark from our kicking game. We're losing because we deserve to lose. Here comes the blitz. O'Donnell eludes it. Now Neil O'Donnell looking to run. Fires downfield. He gets it to Eric Green, and he's inbounds at the 38-yard line.
I cannot believe he's inbounds. I'm telling you, his feet didn't come down. There was a blitz from the corner that overran O'Donnell. The blitz was on the corner. Here is the end of the play. Does he get 2 feet in? There's Green up in the air. 1, 2. That's his catch. That, you talk about concentration on the ball and on your feet.
That was the 41st catch for Eric Green. He is the Steelers' leading receiver this season.
WD shots.
On Criqui back at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. The AFC playoff race. Miami the leader right now atop that leaderboard with a 9-2 record. Kansas City and Buffalo both 8-3. The Bills trailing the Raiders right now 3-0. Houston a rising team with 6 straight wins. Big game, and the Steelers need big plays, and Merrill Hodge gives them one on this run as he is out for a first down carry out close to the midfield line, taken down by Vincent Brown, the best linebacker who's never been to the Pro Bowl.
Hodge just gets outside. He's going to get an excellent block from John Jackson, number 65, at the end of the line. Now, whether this is holding or not, you can guess on this. But the block is there. Jackson gets the linebacker to the inside, no place to go, and Hodge gets back to the outside and picks up the first down. You know, when you're looking at those records with Pittsburgh 6-5, there are a lot of 7-4s up there, pal.
There are that.
I don't think this team can afford to lose a game.
John Jackson, who's allowed just 1 sack all year, he shut out people like Bruce Smith and Leslie O'Neal. Leroy Thompson runs, ball's on the field, but apparently they rule he was down. Vincent Brown makes another stop. The Patriots' leading tackler had 13 tackles last week against the Jets.
I'm telling you, the more you look at this Patriot defense, when you look at their linebackers, you got Brown, Collins, Saab, and Tippett. These guys are just hovering around the line of scrimmage from tackle to tackle. There's really no place to run. And keep saying it. You've got to get the ball downfield. You've got to throw at least 1 deep ball, even if it's a throwaway.
Patriots looking for that turnover. They've been down in the turnover count to their opposition. Here's a good throw by O'Donnell. A 2nd down and 8 throw downfield, and it appears to be very close to a first down. We'll see where they spot the ball out of bounds. It's going to be short of the marker. Merrill Hodge was the receiver, and Rob Smith was the tackler. Pittsburgh has turned the ball over 7 times in its last 2 games, both defeats, and the Steeler defense has taken the ball away just once.
You have to give credit, really, when you talk about the front 7 of the New England Patriots, just give credit to the 4 guys that are back, Smith, Hurst, Brown, and Barnett. These guys are doing a great job downfield because O'Donnell can't throw the ball down there.
Now, he has a troubled arm, tendonitis all season long. 3rd and 2, they go to the run, and Thompson breaks it. He could go the distance, a foot race. They get him, but inside the 10-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal Steelers at the Patriots' 6-yard line. A 37-yard run from scrimmage by Leroy Thompson.
But what an outstanding block by Merrill Hodge. I mean, he is the guy that gets the block. Number 33, bottom of the screen. He gets the block on the outside on Saab, and that opens it up for Thompson. Then a foot race to about the 7-yard line, inside the 7-yard line. That's the prettiest play of the day right here. But Hodge, there's his block. Bang. He blocks to the outside. Graham gets a good block, the wide receiver.
That falls the longest run of Leroy Thompson's career as a Steeler. Back to Thompson. This time the yards come much tougher as he is going to be stopped at about the 5-yard line.
That time Saab made the play, gets away from Hodge, and makes the tackle. Forced Thompson to run outside and made the play.
That brings up 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line, just outside it. Steelers a big favorite, trailing the Patriots 14-0 in the 2nd quarter. 12 minutes to play in it. O'Donnell searches out an open man in the end zone, waiting to pull the trigger. Finally does. He's got a man. Tough ball. They wave it off. Oh, that was close. Jeff Graham came down with the ball, but not with both feet in.
That took a long time to decide. Now, did he drop the ball when he came down?
That was a tough call. I mean, you got one quick look at it down there.
You really do. And at full speed, Graham is there. He goes up in the air. O'Donnell had all day to throw the ball. But watch here. Here's Graham up in the air. Now, does he come down with both feet in bounds, or does he have control of the ball?
Good
no,
call.
sir. Great call. The official's right on top. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't really think this is 3-point land for Pittsburgh anyway. They need 7.
Here's another big down coming up for the Steelers. 3rd down, they're going to call a timeout. So So there's a break in the action with the Patriots in the lead.
Coming up, 3rd and goal from just outside the 5. The Patriot defense has had trouble keeping people out when they get inside that red zone, the 20-yard line in.
They really do. And you know, if they can shut the Steelers down here or only just give them 3 points in here, that is a victory for this team. And I'm really not surprised to see New England Patriots come on as strong as they have. We've got them. I've got them the last 2 weeks in a row. You've got them a lot more than I have, and they're just on the verge of doing something. And you're right. Nobody wants to play this team.
It'll be a blitz. This is blitzing territory. O'Donnell stands in. He's going to run for it. Lobs it up. He hits Merrill Hodge for a touchdown. Great improvisation by the quarterback, Neil O'Donnell. He's not fast with a couple of injuries. Looked like he had an open track to the end zone, faked the run, and then searched out Hodge and lofted in the ball for a touchdown.
When you watch Merrill Hodge, you're going to see something here. This is when you don't quit on it. Watch this. He never quits. Here he goes now. Now he's going to the end zone. I'm open. Stay with it. O'Donnell finds him. I mean, he is wide open.
So the Steelers inch their way back into the game now with a lot of time to go here in the second quarter. 11:47 to play in it. The extra point hit up and good by the AFC's leading scorer, Gary Anderson. Man who's hit 21 of 22 field goals this year.
BC is brought to you by Mazda. Mazda, it just feels right. By Coors Light, aged ice cold for that pure taste of the Rockies. Reach for the silver bullet, the right beer now. By the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. And by Schick ST Razor, we're changing the face of shaving.
Having quarterback tryouts out here. Actually, as the pass punt kick guys getting warmed up. Football's flying all over there. I'll wear Neil O'Donnell's number. He just threw a touchdown pass. The Patriots leading 14-7 with the kickoff return by Criqui. He's out to the 20-yard line. Coming down to make the play for the Steelers.
Quick, when you're looking,
Perry, excuse me, Paul.
When you're looking at the last touchdown, here's O'Donnell. When it looks like he can run with the ball up here, there'll be a linebacker that's going to step in his face, and that's when he's going to hit Hodge over here, out and up in the flat here. So we'll take a look at it, and I'll show you. We're going to stop it in a second here. Here's where O'Donnell, he looks up, he sees, all right, maybe I can run. But if you just hold it right here, this guy right here is the guy that can nail it. So he looks over here to Hodge, and then throws it to him. Heads up play.
Now the crowd kicks in here at Three Rivers. The handoff goes to Russell, and the Steeler defense, obviously ignited also, comes in to make a play for a loss. Chad Brown, a rookie linebacker from Colorado, and Donald Evans were on the stop.
Donald Evans makes a sensational play. Donald Evans has the first shot, and then he misses it. And then at the end, watch who makes the tackle. Number 66 comes into the backfield. Right here, you see him? He misses. Now watch who makes the tackle. Number 66. That's staying with it. This is the defense the Steelers had before.
No gain, it's second down and 10. Bledsoe goes to a draw run, and Leonard Russell, both arms on the ball, taking on a load of Steelers, led by the free safety Darren Terry. And then linebacker Levon Kirkland comes in along with 4 others. But Leonard Russell's ahead for a gain out to the 28-yard line. It'll be third down and a long 2.
Crick, you know, we've been watching Bledsoe, and you watch him in that first quarter throw the ball, and he's hitting Tipson, and he's hitting Brisby, and he's got all the time in the world to throw the ball. Don't go away from that. I mean, you don't have to line up and run with the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially when the secondary is open. They're having success there. Don't go away from what got you 14 points.
Third down. Patriots in need of 2 yards for first down. Bledsoe takes a look. In trouble. Walks it downfield. Not close. In fact, almost picked off. Kevin Green was putting the heat on, number 91, the leading sacker for the Steelers.
Yeah, but Carnell Lake makes a tremendous play on Ben Coates. They were trying to run a bootleg and get the ball to the tight end, Ben Coates, number 87. And Carnell Lake just stays with him. 37 is on the line. He hits Ben Coates there. Now, you see, here's the pressure by Green. But at the end, the guy that knocks the ball away is going to be Carnell Lake. He almost had the interception.
Mike Saxon into punt. Woodson back. Saxon hits a beauty. A long spiral downfield as Woodson comes to the near sideline, loses the ball. It goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A 50-yard punt by Saxon with no return.
With the Patriots with 151 total yards to the 121 the Steelers have put up, but the passing of Bledsoe has been the difference in this 14-7 lead the Patriots hold.
Now the Steelers ready to go first and 10 from their 20. As Saxon has been brilliant punting the ball for the Patriots. Wing pass to Hodge running in the open field. A first down and more. All the way out to the 36-yard line. Vincent Brown with the stop for the 16-yard gain, and Dermontti Dawson makes a big block for the Steelers.
You're going to love Burrow Hodge. I mean, this guy, here's the screen sets up. This takes a long time, and a quarterback really has to sell it. He does here. Hodge gets outside. The blocking is outstanding. Look at Johnson. Or Dermontti Dawson, I'm sorry, gets in, gets a block on Tippett, and then Hodge picks up another 4 or 5 yards because of that block. First down. Here they come.
9:20 to go in the first half. Back to Merrill Hodge. Caught in the backfield. Somehow eludes the tackler, but an outstanding play by Dwayne Saab, who got a hand on him, slowed him down, and then there was a knockdown for no gain.
That play they're trying to get outside, and Thompson is actually trying to block Saab, number 34, trying to block him. He gets away from Thompson, and then Hodge just dives to get back to the line of scrimmage. Should have been a 2-yard loss.
Patriot offense waiting to come back in after putting up those 2 quick touchdowns. Steeler offense on the field has allowed 14 sacks in the last 3 games. The Oilers had 6 sacks last Sunday night in Houston. No sacks yet today of O'Donnell, and he's been under pressure as he is now. Downfield throw, broken up nicely. Coming over to make the play with Maurice Hurst, number 37, who is head coach Bill Parcells extols as one of the best corners in the league.
All right, the problem with this play is this. The New England Patriots had a full-scale blitz on, and they picked it up. The Pittsburgh Steelers did right away the first time. But when it's picked up, he has to find a man open, which he didn't. They weren't open. You got to cut your route shorter. This way he's throwing the ball, and Hurst that's excellent coverage.
Steeler fans calling for an interference call, but the official right there ruled that Hurst timed his breakup. And that brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. O'Donnell in the shotgun.
When you see a blitz like that, I mean, all the patterns have to be shorter.
That snap, O'Donnell gets away, throws it out to Hodge. About 5 things went wrong for the Steelers on that, beginning with their pass blocking. Well, first of all, the snap from center. The coaches talk about pass offense starts with pass blocking. It really starts with the snap of the ball.
It starts with the snap, which is bad.
That's hard to get it.
Well, he's looking downfield, and I blame that on the quarterback there, O'Donnell. Now he goes out and he throws it to Hodge. Hodge isn't going to go in because Renee Thompson is right there to make the stop, so they lose 2 yards on the play.
Royal punts now for the Steelers, hits it downfield. Ronnie Harris is back deep. Looking to go, turning upfield, runs into his own guy. Not tough enough to get by the other 11, but your own guy's in the way. Deion Figures is credited with the tackle on after a 48-yard punt.
Terry Ray's the guy he ran into, number 23. If you're not going to block, at least get out of the way.
Next Saturday, take a break from your Christmas shopping with a full day of action here on NBC. First, Boomer Esiason and the Jets go into RFK to take on the Redskins. Then, who will win college football's most prestigious honor, the Heisman Trophy? Tune in live to find out this year's winner. And finally, today concludes with the top triathletes from around the world testing their endurance at the Gatorade Ironman Triathlon. That's all next Saturday on NBC Sports. Leonard Russell running into people behind the line of scrimmage, trying to move the pile, but the Steelers' defense, which seemed flat at the outset, has been ignited, and they're making plays. Darren Perry was the lead tackler.
Eugene Chung did not get his block. Now, I don't know if it was Evans or not, but I know Chung didn't get his block. On the top side of the screen, number 69, is Chung is trying to get out. He can't. Lloyd hits him, hits Russell, and look at Chung. He's got Lloyd. He's wrapped him up. There should have been a holding penalty on Chung there, and then the defense comes up, they put him away. Perry is the guy that makes the play.
Patriots looking to end the 6-game losing streak. Leading by 7. Second quarter. Bledsoe on 2nd down and 12. Throws up the middle. Big stick put on by Levon Kirkland, a second-year linebacker from Clemson. Sam Gash took the hit. He held on. And it'll bring up third down from the 24-yard line. They need 6.
Kirkland just drills Sam Gash. Kirkland looked like he was wincing a little bit there. Here's a play, just a little short pass. Pass is there, the linebacker's there.
Those
That's
type
a
of
good
things
way.
will make you wince a little.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's one of the ways to get one of your backs killed.
Kind of pass you want to throw back. Third down. Bledsoe stands in against a blitz. Pump fakes. Ball is tipped. Woodson makes the play. And the Patriots have to punt the ball with 6:17 to go in the first half.
I'll tell you, it's a good thing that Woodson knocked this ball down, because Corey Kroom was on the outside, and that's who Bledsoe was trying to dump the ball to. There were no defenders out there. Woodson is on a blitz. Look at this. He fakes, pulls it down, and the ball is hit by Woodson. Knocks the ball down, but Kroom, had he gotten the ball to Kroom, he might still be running.
Here is Saxon, who's averaged over 53 yards in his first 2 punts. This time he's rushed and gets it away, and the Steelers will get good field position as the ball's going to be spatted out of bounds somewhere around midfield.
Well, things seeming to turn now towards Coach Cowher's way. Things seems to be turning now towards the Steelers, and the Patriots seem to have come out of that offense that worked so well in the first quarter, Paul.
I don't understand it. That series of downs, you go with 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. They were throwing the ball. They had 130 yards throwing the ball in the first quarter, Crick. Why stop doing what gets you 14?
Now let's see what the Steelers can do as they start with good field position on the Patriots side of the field. O'Donnell play faking, fires over the middle, a low thrown ball, but well received, taken in by Dwight Stone, the fastest Steeler, scooping it in for a legitimate catch just off the turf.
You know, in all fairness to O'Donnell, he has a bad shoulder, a bad elbow, and he really has not thrown a sharp pass. This ball is way down. Stone goes down to get it. He's really not thrown a good ball yet.
But he moved the team to a first down on the last pitch, and it's a first down at the 35-yard line. Back to the run, Thompson. He is struck down hard as he gets to the 33-yard line. Tim Gold, the nose tackle, on the stop for Pittsburgh as the game clock now winds down to 5:20 to go in the first half. I've known Neil O'Donnell, Paul, since he was in high school, Madison, New Jersey. To play against my sons. None of my sons have come up with an $8.2 million contract.
It'd be nice if
or
they
anything
did.
close.
They're still professional students, aren't they?
Well, they're out there seeking their fortune, some of them. O'Donnell swings it out. Merrill Hodge makes it down to the 30-yard line. O'Donnell is actually, I'd do him better for basketball. He used to put in about 35 a game. He could really shoot.
Well, I'll tell you one of the things he's got to read. He's got to be reading his defense a little bit better in this, and realizing that this New England Patriot defense. Now they're bringing in their nickel and dime package, but this defense is still setting up there with 7 men, 3 down linemen, and 4 linebackers. And they're saying to you, go ahead and throw the football because we're not going to let you run.
Al Groh, the defensive coordinator for the Patriots, making the calls out to his defense as the Steelers now have 3rd down and 5 coming up. Here comes an all-out blitz. O'Donnell releases to an open man. Running with the ball is Ernie Mills inside the 20-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh, a 13-yard gain.
All right, this is now what happens. When you read the blitz, Mills reads the blitz and cuts off the pattern. Mills is on the top. You're going to see him come underneath. The blitz is coming. They're all there. And watch Mills cut this pattern off underneath. Here he comes. It's a short pass. It's only about a 6 or 7-yard pass play. He turns it into a 12-yard gain. You've got to be able to read blitzes.
The man they call Fargo, Ron Earhart, he's from Fargo, North Dakota. You see him churning inside as he watches O'Donnell drop, looks at the end zone. Here comes the heat. O'Donnell throws it away, like a smart quarterback should. Nobody open, and the pass rush was coming and coming hard.
Nobody got open. Give credit to the defensive secondary of the Patriots. They were all there. O'Donnell does the smart thing. The classic example of being able to throw the ball away, but you have to throw the ball towards the line of scrimmage. You can't just dump it out to the right or out to the left. You've got to throw it downfield. I always wonder sometimes, when I'm even watching the Steeler game, and they see a play like that, and after they go to Cowher and he's smiling, I mean, how I'd like to know what he's smiling about.
He wasn't smiling in that last time out.
No, he wasn't.
Great play fake by O'Donnell. He takes a look. There's an open man. It's Merrill Hodge, and he comes down with the ball. But he's out of bounds. Almost a spectacular score for the Steelers. Maurice Hurst covered. Terrific play fake by O'Donnell. He had everybody locked.
Well, he fakes the Stone. It looked like they were going to run some type of reverse. You'll see Stone come in behind him, and that holds everybody. When he does that, look at the time he has. I mean, the blocking in the line is perfect. But the problem is here, if we go back to that play, just back it up a little bit, you'll find out Hodge is already out of bounds. He cannot come back in and catch anyway. The official throws his hat down to mark that even if Hodge got back in bounds, he couldn't catch it.
Third down comes up for the Steelers. They have converted 3 of 7 previous third downs. They need 10. Here's O'Donnell looking to run on the rush. Just tip it. Ooh, Eric Green looking for that one-hand play. Maurice Hurst covering.
Maurice Hurst thought, well, maybe I'm not going to hit him. I'll just let him go up and catch the ball, and then I'll hit him. I'm not going to hit him and make him mad.
He was giving away about 110 pounds to him.
Yeah, and about a foot. Look at this. When O'Donnell goes back, he moves up. It looked like he might have been able to run here. And he throws back, and Hurst is standing there waiting. Okay, you go ahead and catch it, and then I'll wrap my arms around him. He still couldn't get his arms around him.
Eric, a very pleasant, benevolent type of fellow, but very long on his abilities. He rates himself among the very best. He's been, as Anderson kicks a field goal, this guy has been extraordinary. He's tried 23 field goals this year. He's made 22. He's missed 1. This was a guy the Buffalo Bills cut when he went 0 for 5 kicking field goals in the preseason in '82. The Steelers jumped on him, and what they got was a Hall of Fame kicker.
Chuck Knox said he couldn't get the ball up high enough. He couldn't clear the line of scrimmage. Can you clear the crossbar? That's the deal.
He's kicked out outdoors his whole career. A lot of wind here late in the season in Pittsburgh. Coming up, it's the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report. Jim Lampley, Mike Ditka, and O.J. Simpson will bring you up to date with scores and highlights of all the action. Bledsoe waiting to get his crack at it. His team's 14-point lead is now down to 4.
You know, we watched this Pittsburgh Steelers team offensively and defensively get a wake-up call. Anderson just hit and went down. He hit the ball and fell down.
This can happen. Ronnie Harris runs it back up to the 18-yard line, and that's all. Anderson's all right. Lost his footing on the artificial turf.
He came up to the ball, and he says, I'm all right. Not a bad kick. They didn't get the ball back even to the 20. Here comes Anderson. And are you ready? Nice hit, though. Hit the ball solid. Keep your eye on the ball.
Yep,
looking for that clump of dirt.
What you want to do is start them inside their 20. They did that. Patriots will go from their 18. Anderson, though, being attended to, then he's going to put some new shoes on. Leonard Russell on first down, banging into tacklers, getting ahead for a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. Now let's go to New York and to Jim Lampley. Jim?
And let's take both of you sometime Buffalonians on a sentimental journey to Orchard Park to see the Bills get on the board. This 51-yard Kelly to Pete Metzelar's pass, setting up a 3-yard touchdown run by Thurman Thomas, which has given Buffalo the lead over the Raiders in the second quarter, 7-3. Buffalo has lost Andre Reed with an elbow injury. Don and Paul?
Thank you, Jim. A big loss, an all-pro receiver. Ball on the field. Who's got it? Steelers look like they have it, and they do. Inside the Patriot 20-yard line, Jeff Skanina, a rookie nose tackle from Purdue, gobbles it up like a dog on a pork chop.
I'm going to tell you what, you talk about self-destruct. You know, we look at 14 points in the first quarter. Here it comes. Bledsoe never gets the ball from the quarterback. And number 90, Skanina, you see him on the left of the screen. He's actually going to end up with the ball because the ball pops out. Parcells, are you happy? I don't think so.
So the good fortune the Patriots enjoyed in the first quarter when they built a surprising 14-0 lead can now quickly turn into a deficit for them with 2:18 to play, 2:39 to play in the first half. O'Donnell end around, reverse. This is Leroy Thompson running. Saab stays at home and turns it in.
Wayne Saab fighting off the blocks. Fed the running back into the linebacker, Vincent Brown, for the tackle.
Saab makes an outstanding play because Hodge and O'Donnell are both trying to block him. He's nodding, yeah, I got both of you guys. Saab, number 95, on the outside. Here comes the reverse. He reads it. Here comes Hodge. He hits him inside. O'Donnell misses him on the outside, and Saab makes the play. He doesn't get the tackle. He makes the play.
Steelers looking for a go-ahead touchdown as we're down almost to the 2-minute warning, and we are now at it. Play was not, snap wasn't off in time, so there's an official timeout on the field. It would be a huge victory for the Patriot defense if they can hold the Steelers to a field goal. Steelers down 14-10, have it at the 16-yard line of New England.
New England, and those numbers include today, but New England total yardage in the second quarter, 19 yards, 6 passes. They had 130 yards passing in the first quarter, and why they went away from it, I don't know.
O'Donnell sends Merrill Hodge in motion. He's running to the end zone as Hodge. O'Donnell swings it out. Thompson goes up and gets it. They burst. He's down to the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 or 4 from there as Gold, the quick nose tackle, moves off the block of Jamadi Dawson and makes the tackle.
When you see the number of times that O'Donnell dumps it off to either Thompson or to Hodge, the reason for that is the secondary coverage of the Patriots is superb. They've just got everybody covered. There's no place to throw the ball downfield. And what's happening is and I know that the Patriots are putting 2 guys on, a linebacker and a safety. You can't believe that Eric Green is not getting open.
3rd down draw play, and Leroy Thompson rockets inside the 5-yard line. Now Merrill Hodge rockets in and gets the 1st down. It's 1st and goal for the Steelers at the 2-yard line of New England.
This Jamadi Dawson, I mean, when he blocks, he opens up a hole. We're looking at the center, right in the middle of the screen. Watch his block. He comes back. He comes all the way down the line of scrimmage to make that block. You've got to be very quick in order to do that. He does it. The ball's inside the 3.
Now to go with the power set here, Paul. 3 tight ends in the game. Eric Green, Adrian Cooper, and Tim Jordan. Wham blocks. Tight end leads the block up the middle. The tuck and wham, but Leroy Thompson's run is shut down by Mike Pitts. So the Steelers call a timeout, threatening to score the go-ahead TD. Seconds to go in the first half. The Steeler offense, which sputtered early, now making connections, getting the ball down close. It's 2nd down and goal coming up from the 2-yard line. Patriots a surprise leader, 14-10. Patriots led in the first quarter, 14-0, but have had virtually no offense in the second quarter.
Look at 33 gives you 100% on every single down.
Merrill Hodge, he leads the blocking. Thompson turns up. Good D by the Patriots. A hard strike put on. Now what are the Steelers are out of timeouts. Now an official timeout because the Patriots are slow on piling.
They have plenty of time to get the field goal team on. They have plenty of time on a 3rd down and 1 situation to throw another pass. There's a lot of time. Just be patient. They can still throw one here.
He downs the ball.
I don't understand that.
Spiked it on 3rd down. There's 4th down coming up.
You've got a chance to throw a pass. You've got a chance to set up. You have 24 seconds when this whole thing started. The officials gave you the timeout to get yourself lined up. Now they're going to, now is it 3rd? It's 4th down. The markers say 3rd.
That was, I thought, 2nd down. The scoreboard clock says 4th down. Maybe like that Missouri game where the coach said afterwards, our problem was we couldn't hold them on 5th down.
It is now 4th down. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
No timeouts left for the Steelers. Closing seconds of the first half. O'Donnell throws. Hodge catches. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And the Steelers take the lead. Merrill Hodge, 2nd touchdown catch.
You cannot let Hodge run out there by himself. I mean, I said before, this guy gives you 100% all the time. This guy is a favorite target so far of Neil O'Donnell, and here's the guy that runs out into the flat, and really nobody went with him. You cannot let anyone run free. They had the bulky offense in there, the 3 tight ends, 2 big backs.
The extra point is hit up and good by Gary Anderson,
And the Pittsburgh Steelers come back with 17 unanswered points to take the lead 17-14. And as you pointed out, Paul, the Patriots had come out of their offense with Bledsoe throwing it all over the field in the first quarter.
130 yards and 6 in the second, and here comes Hodge out to the outside. Take a look at it. There's nobody there, really. I mean, you just can't. Corwin Brown is backing up in the end zone. You've got to stop him from getting in the end zone. You've got to play Hodge. So they got all the big guys in there. You got all the tight ends. They're standing there blocking. They only have two or three guys out in the pattern. There's actually 3 guys, 2 tight ends and Hodge out in the pattern.
Hodge doesn't catch a lot of balls. He had only 15 receptions coming into this game this season. But as you know, he's got 2 today for touchdowns, both helping the Steelers take the lead. Merrill Hodge is a veteran out of Idaho State, a very reliable guy, drafted way down. As you pointed out, Paul, an excellent blocker. Is averaging 4.6 a rush. He hasn't carried that much this year. Had only 115 yards rushing coming into the game. Off downfield, and the ball is to the 25-yard line. Time for one play, 5 seconds left.
Let me show you the guy that really doesn't get where he's supposed to go here. You see this guy right here? That's David Bavaro. He has got to get himself out here to cover Hodge coming out of the backfield. Because here's Corwin Brown. He's going to end up back in the end zone. But Bavaro is the guy that gets held up by the tight end right here. Watch this. There comes Bavaro. And that's his man. Hodge is his man. He doesn't get to him.
Al Grove counseling some of his defenders as the Patriots, not wanting to risk a downfield throw and a possible interception return, go to the locker room. Seeing the game turn on them after leading 14-0, they now go to the locker room, failing the Steelers 17-14. Now these messages from the NFL.
This is Pittsburgh, where the Allegheny and Monongahela come together to form the Ohio River, just as the people of Pittsburgh are coming together through their united way to build a stronger community.
I'm Greg Lord of the Pittsburgh.
The Patriots will open with the ball, and this is Ronnie Harris trying to break it. He's out close to the 30-yard line. A short kickoff by Anderson. As we look now at the halftime stats presented by Coors Light, the Silver Bullet halftime stats. Steelers coming back with a lot of offense. You pointed out, Paul, all that passing offense for the Patriots in the first quarter and just 6 yards in the second.
Yeah, 130 of that passing was in the first quarter. They've got to go back and let the kid throw the ball. I'm saying Bledsoe, the kid. He did very well, and then they went to double tight end. Now they're coming out with 2 wides, with Brisby and Simpson. They're going to let him throw.
He moved the ball all over the field, did Bledsoe, early in the game, firing it like this. Here's a throw into coverage, and it looks like a catch. No, the ball is on the field, incomplete to Ben Coates.
Looked like he had trouble getting the ball from center.
Again,
yeah, I thought he fumbled it again.
In rushing stats in the first half, the Steelers, who are one of the best rushing teams, third in the NFL, average 5.1 a carry. The Patriots just 2.1.
Oh, there's the snap. He bobbled the snap. I thought he did because he hesitated at the line of scrimmage, and then that throws off all the pattern, all the timing.
That's Timpson, who's caught 3 balls for 77 yards at the top of your screen. Bledsoe gets some time, throws it out way behind his receiver as the Steelers now seem to have sorted out their coverage. They kind of sleptwalked through the first quarter on defense. Now they've come back, are in position, and forcing Parcells' young quarterback to make some errant throws.
Well, they've got Crewman in the backfield now, and they're going to go with 3 wideouts. But I like to, even once successful, the first 2 plays were pass plays. That's okay.
Bledsoe on 3rd and 10. Gets some time, makes a throw. It's a first down catch. On the run is the super fast Ray Crittenden. He's not done till he's all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Steelers. A 34-yard gain on the play.
When you wonder why a guy like Crittenden is wide open, one of the fastest guys on his field, well, Figures fell down. Number 21, Deion Figures, is going to fall down.
I've done that.
Yeah, I know he falls down. Here he is right here. Watch this. He's down. He's not even covering. They turn it over to the zone, and that's Lake in the middle. They don't cover him. But again, New England throwing the football.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. They got to come out with their full offense. So Bledsoe making a very big play there. That was a 3rd and 10 play as he hit for a 34-yard gain. Pump faking, home run ball. Man is open. Too much on it. Timpson had the defense beaten, and Bledsoe was just a little bit long with his lead.
Darren Perry, the free safety, didn't get back, and Woodson bites on the hook. And Bledsoe lets it go. The little fake, that pump right there, that's where the hook is. And then downfield, see number 39, Perry, he doesn't get there. That ball was just overthrown to Timpson.
He bought the defense, locked him in with that pump fake, then had an open man and couldn't hit him. Now it's 2nd down and 10 for the Patriots. Bledsoe going to air it out again. Swings it out, threw it right to a lineman. Running with the ball is Kenny Davidson. And it's not often a defensive end gets a room service interception.
I hate to use that expression, but I'll tell you, he hit him right between the 6 and the 4. He really did. He was trying to loop the pass outside.
It almost stuck there, didn't it?
And when you throw it, when you throw that ball, Criqui, you've got to throw it up over the defensive end. Watch where he throws this ball to Davidson. He hits him right in the numbers. Bang! Takes the ball. Excellent catch. They may move the offense.
Yeah, usually those guys can't catch it if you throw them a free lunch, but
here it is.
Hands by Davidson.
Oh, he just puts it right there, and Davidson makes the catch. Pittsburgh on a roll again.
Steelers start their first possession of the second half from midfield. Merrill Hodge knocked down at the 49-yard line. Hodge having a career game as a receiver. He came in with only 15 catches through 11 games. He has 7 catches in the first half today, 2 for touchdowns.
That was a terrible-looking play. I never thought he had it at first. He ran back and handed the ball to Hodge, and nobody blocked.
No gain. That makes it 2nd down and 10. Bears have moved out in front 17-7 on Green Bay. O'Donnell with a straight drop. Here comes the rush from Saab. Ball is not free. And Dwayne Saab loses it. It looks like the Steelers got it back. 2 or 3 Patriots had a play on the ball, and as they always do, they try to pick it up and run with it. Not just the Patriots, everybody, and you lose the ball rather than fall on it.
I don't understand it. That ball, they only pay the defense to get the ball back. They don't pay you to run with the ball. Saab is the man that knocks the ball out. He comes all the way around from behind and makes a tremendous play on O'Donnell. The ball is out. Behind O'Donnell, you'll see Saab. But then when this ball is on the ground, watch what happens. You've got to dive on the football. Don't try to pick it up. Dive on the ball. At least Saab tried to dive on the ball, and the ball squirted out.
But it is a substantial loss, and it brings up 3rd down and 19 for Neil O'Donnell and the Steelers. As he gets time, throws to Hodge, and it caroms off his shoulder pads. So the Patriot defense stops cold the Steelers' first possession of the second half, and Pittsburgh's Mark Royals comes out to punt again. Al Groh's linebackers in position there to make some plays.
And they're playing well. Again, there's no place to throw the ball downfield, so O'Donnell checks off and is going to throw the ball to Merrill Hodge, and that play would have only picked up maybe 8 or 9 yards total, and they needed 20.
Ronnie Harris, who's been moved up from the practice squad, back to return the kick again. Well hit ball. Harris moves up on it. He's very fast. Nobody's fast if you don't have a block, and he's knocked down for a loss. Randy Cuthbert comes down to make the play.
So, where's the boss today?
Smooth Bush Beer and easy drinking Bush Light. By Hewlett-Packard LaserJet and DeskJet printers. And by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We are driving excitement.
Back to Three River Stadium. The Patriots have turned the ball over twice in this game. The Steelers have turned it over not at all. The Patriot defense rose up there and kept the Steelers from capitalizing on the interception of Drew Bledsoe, the Patriots' last possession. Now New England goes 1st and 10 from their 20. Leonard Russell makes it happen. Splits 2 tacklers at the line of scrimmage and moves ahead for a gain of over 7 yards. Don Levin's finally brought him down, along with Kenny Davidson, the man who intercepted the ball in the Patriots' last possession.
We're talking about Pat Harlow, number 77, the offensive lineman. Shula says he thinks he's the best tackle in football. He's out there blocking on Davidson, screening him out. Davidson doesn't really get to the play until at the end. Good block.
2nd and 2. Back to the run. Here comes Russell. Turns the corner. And he is very close to a first down. They'll spot him out of bounds ahead for a first down for New England. Ball positioned at the 29-yard line. D.J. Johnson ran him out of bounds.
I thought Kevin Turner was in motion. Kevin Turner, the fullback, comes up to the line of scrimmage. Now, you can run along the line of scrimmage, but you cannot turn up. And before that ball was snapped, Turner was facing upfield on the block. To the right-hand side of the screen, well, it's hard to see him right here, but he's blocking on Lloyd. Lloyd pushes him to the outside and goes inside. But when you're going in motion, you've got to stay along the line of scrimmage. You can't turn it up until the ball snaps.
Get there just in time. Get the first down. Now Bledsoe with a play fake. Swings it out. Gets a man. Not much of the gain, though, as the coverage is right there. Kevin Green is up quickly to make the tackle on Kevin Turner. The Steeler defense gave up very few big plays early in the season. They gave up a 66-yard touchdown play to Houston last Sunday night. Warren Moon to Haywood Jeffries. And they gave up a 50-yarder to Michael Timpson today. Not a touchdown, but it set up a score for New England.
This defense really has not played. The defensive line in the last couple of weeks has not played up to par.
Whole team has been down. The defense missing its usual fire. Here's a throw and almost a catch on a low thrown ball. Timpson going after the ball. Carnell Lake covering. And the game clock is down to 10:38 to play in the third quarter. The Steelers leading as they did at the half, 17-14.
Well, now you see they're in his face, in Bledsoe's face, and he throws the ball down and away. Timpson almost makes a great catch. The ball was low, but he got both hands on it. Could have caught it.
Bledsoe's thrown the ball 18 times, has completed 9 for 172 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They'll be putting it up here. It is third down, and the Patriots need 7. Steelers align their blitzers. They could be coming. They back off, go with a 4-man rush. Downfield throw. It's short of the mark. Simpson was open at the 45-yard line as he pounds the turf. Wide open, but under duress. Quarterback Drew Bledsoe couldn't get the ball to him.
Donald Evans was right in his face, and he was coming hard, and Bledsoe never got enough on the ball to get it to his receiver.
Jackson back to kick.
John Jackson said before the game that when we got behind against Houston, we just lost our composure and couldn't pull it back together. Today, the Steelers found themselves down 14-0 and came back to take the lead 17-14, where it stands now. Rod Woodson is back. Mike Saxon ready to punt the ball for New England. It's a low punt downfield. Takes a Patriot hop. Woodson on the 1 hop is taken down. Very good. The special teams play. Coming down to make the stop, Renee Thompson. New Year's Day on NBC Sports.
It's a rematch of the Cotton Bowl. I did that game last year. Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Right now, we go to another carry by Merrill Hodge of the Pittsburgh Steelers. A first down carry, good for 3 yards. Tim Goad stopped him. Notre Dame's that 2-point loss. That's cooked them, huh?
Hey, got to win them all.
Florida State's going to win the national championship having been beaten by Notre Dame. How do you figure that?
You're a better team.
3 yards, second down.
How do you figure that? Boston College was a better team the day they played Notre Dame. Florida State was lucky they weren't blown out. Notre Dame dropped 6 balls that should have been intercepted. Merrill Hodge was the intended receiver. It's incomplete. That brings up third down and 7.
Crick, I'm telling you, there's no place to throw the football. I'm talking about this secondary of the New England Patriots. They have played a great football game. You watch all of these guys down here, and you watch the areas that these people are in, and the linebackers will be dropping off back out this way and this way, and there's absolutely no place to throw the football. When O'Donnell goes back to throw, look at every single, you hold it right there, guys, everybody's covered. Here, 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 and here. No place to go.
Now O'Donnell might have changed up the play. A lot of confusion in the line. The lineman came up. The Patriots started coming with their rush on a third down and 7 play that is diffused before it even begins with a penalty marker.
Ball start prior to the snap, center. 5 yards, repeat third down.
Makes it a little tougher for the Steelers now. Instead of third and 7, it'll be third down and 12.
Best center in football made a mistake.
Roddy Dawson apparently came up before he snapped the ball and brought the rush with him. The offensive captain. 6 of these Steelers went to the Pro Bowl last January. Now they go with a flood formation. Wide receivers double to either side. They bring Graham in motion near side. He stays in the block and runs a delayed route, and he's going to get the ball. He's also going to get popped way short of the first down. Jeff Graham hit by Rod Smith. Eric Green hasn't done a whole lot.
Eric Green hasn't been open. He can't get open, and they're covering him. I mean, he told us he's the best tight end in football, and the best tight end in football should be open.
You hear that from somebody every week, though, don't you?
Yeah, everybody we talk to, the best tight end in football. Johnny Mitchell, he's the best tight end in football for the Jets.
These guys are so big, you don't want to disagree with him, right?
No, sir, not at all.
Ball is punted by Royals downfield. Johnny Harris holding onto the ball and weaving ahead for about 3 yards. And the Patriots will now take over. A gusting wind blowing through Three Rivers Stadium. Temperature dropping, could be in the high 30s at this point. Coming up next on most of these NBC stations, it's Game 2 of our NFL doubleheader. Most of you will see the Denver Broncos go against the San Diego Chargers in an AFC West matchup. Some of you will see the Kansas City Chiefs go against the Seahawks at Seattle. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Old Glory straight out, not like it was at Foxborough last week, where gale force winds were hitting the register about 70 mph. Bledsoe dropping the throw, but there's a marker down before the snap of the ball.
Pat Harlow is moving. You know, every time we talk about a guy, how good they are, or how good someone says they are.
Snap, 77 offense. 5 yards, repeat first down.
Best tackle football. We had the best center just screw up on one end. He got the best tackle that did it on this end.
First down.
Once you're set, you can't move in the offensive line.
The worst of times continuing for the Patriots, a 1-10 record, 6 straight defeats. And every week the Patriots come close to victory, only to have it denied. They have a long way to go in this one, down by just 3 points after leading by 14. We have 8:26 to play in the third quarter.
I think they want some more time either on the clock or taken off the clock.
Ron Blum's going to make sure it's correct as
Please
the
set
Packers
the
are
game
now edged
clock.
closer to the Bears. It's 17-10 Chicago.
8:47, is that what he said? 57. 47. 27.
We could do it like at the Hula Bowl. They have to get off at a certain time, so you leave with about 5 minutes to go on before 4 o'clock when you have to be off. 6 minutes to play, you come back, and there's a minute 30 to play. And then, after an incomplete pass, the clock keeps running, you get off right on time. Most amazing.
It doesn't happen here, though.
On 1st and 15, a throw by Bledsoe and a big play by Vincent Brisby. As he goes up, takes the shot, comes down with the ball. B.J. Johnson popped him, but sure-handed Vincent Brisby comes up with a first down catch. Now there's going to be short of the first down. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 3. That was on a 1st and 15 play.
Yeah, Brisby, this ball is thrown right where it has to be thrown, up in the air. Brisby catches it, and then B.J. Johnson knocks him down.
Patriots have not run well, but Bledsoe's had some big throws. They try to get the run, and all they do is get back to the line of scrimmage as Leonard Russell is taken down by inside linebacker Chad Brown.
This third quarter has been played between the 30-yard lines. They're just sitting back and forth like they're jockeying for position. And again, you got to let the young man go back and throw the ball. You're 1 and 10. And it's obvious that he does have a strong arm, Crick, and giving him some protection back there. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are only rushing really 4 people, and they're not blitzing.
He hit Simpson for a 50-yarder in the first half. Led to a touchdown. He missed an open man in the second quarter. He's going to be throwing deep before long. Right now, a timing throw near sideline, and Brisby is separated from the ball on a big hit by B.J. Johnson.
What Bledsoe did is he read single coverage on both sides. So what he did is he called an audible, read single coverage, and he's going to throw it to the outside. But D.J. Johnson makes an outstanding play. Ball's there, gets the ball out. Brisby was bobbling the ball, but Johnson hit him. Never had a chance to catch the ball. They're going to punt.
Brings Mike Saxon back out onto the field, and Rod Woodson to return it. Jackson with another good punt. Woodson's going to let it hit. Patriots got a hand on it. I don't know if the officials saw it. They touched the ball back upfield, it looked like. Didn't it?
I know Woodson got out of the way. I don't know if the Patriots got it or not, but Woodson did.
We'll look when we get back.
Okay.
First and 10, Pittsburgh ball.
Steelers get the ball, but they have the long field to go. Stadium down Criqui with Paul Maguire. It's clear that if the Steelers are to hold off the New England Patriots, they're going to have to stop Drew Bledsoe. He's been the whole offense, 148 yards passing.
And they're doing a fine job in the second half, but in what they have to do, the Steelers now, is they've got to get the ball downfield.
O'Donnell's looking to do that. He swings it out. Catches it. Oh, that's not downfield at all. It's a loss of about 3 yards.
See, downfield is beyond the line of scrimmage. It usually works that way.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to help these guys out. You know, with O'Donnell, you got to go like up and down, north and south.
So the Steelers with a 3-point lead now huddling in their end zone with 7:09 to play in the third quarter. Second down run by Thompson, and there's nothing there. Bill Parcells likes to say, all those running backs are the same if there's no gap to go to. And the linebackers shot the gap. Gave Leroy Thompson nothing to look for.
And again, the Pittsburgh Steelers really have not done anything to get the New England Patriots out of that 7-man front that they have. They have 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers, and they're just sitting in there waiting on these guys. And it's very difficult to run when the defensive guys are all taking a gap.
Leroy Thompson with 13 carries for 61 yards, and here's a big rush, and the ball is up for grabs, and it's incomplete. As trying to avert a sack, Neil O'Donnell wafted a ball that was up for everybody to take a shot at, and the closest to it when it hit the ground was a New England Patriot.
Well, I'll tell you, they were just coming that time, and Pitts was there. They just drilled Neil O'Donnell. I mean, he's looking. This comes from his backside. Watch this. He's looking, and there is the hit. That was Brent Williams, number 96, that gets in and makes the play.
From the end zone, the ball is punted by Mark Royal. With well hit downfield, Ronnie Harris will run it back though from his 43. Across midfield, Harris is inside and down to the 40-yard line of the Steelers. And that's where the Patriots will go on offense. First down and 10 with 6:05 to play in the third quarter. Drew Bledsoe ready to come out after a 51-yard punt by Royals and a 15-yard return by Harris of the Patriots.
First and 10, New England ball.
I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, they're just letting the Patriots get back into this ball game. They're only down by 3, and the Patriots have not been able to move the ball. Now, you're on this side of the 50. They know that they've been throwing the football. They're going with...
He's going to go deep soon here, Paul.
Oh, he has to.
He's going to let it go all the way very soon. Drew Bledsoe taking the drop, looking deep, over the middle. And he throws to Timpson, and the coverage was excellent. Levon Kirkland was on the defense, as was Chad Brown. The Pittsburgh greatness of the 70s was built on a couple of drafts. They finished with terrible records 2 straight years, but they got Joe Green and Terry Bradshaw. Bradshaw couldn't get arrested really for the first 3 years, and quarterback 4 Super Bowl winners. Bledsoe looks like a star in his first year. This guy gets time to throw. It's going to happen. There's a pitch and a catch. Ben Coates, first down connection. As again, Bledsoe snaps off that fastball, that tight spiral, right between 2 defenders for a 14-yard gain.
Boy, does he get this thing there in a hurry. When he has time to throw, he being Bledsoe, watch him. He's looking at Coates, the tight end. He's got him all the way. There's just no chance for the linebackers to get there. Coates picks up the first down.
Evan Turner in motion. Play faking. There's a throw. Oh, almost a pick by Rod Woodson. He's made a couple like that this year right off the turf.
You want to see a guy that really gets a jump on the ball and reads this perfectly. This ball looks like it's going to be there for Timpson. And Rod Woodson, he just makes the play right now. He is on the ball, almost makes the catch. What great anticipation he has. You know, he hadn't intercepted the ball in a long time.
No. Had 7 in his first 6 games, none since. Not only 4 times a Pro Bowl selection, 4 times an All-Pro player. 2nd and 10, and Leonard Russell finds a wave of black and yellow to take him down for no gain. So now Bledsoe is forced to throw on 3rd down and 11.
A couple of things that happen when you're throwing the football. Now you got the defense sitting back and they're thinking, well, if he's going to throw, we're just going to tee off and go. Then you try to run a play and you run right into the teeth of the defense because these guys are taking a gap and they're coming. If you're going to run the ball, Crick, run it outside. Get some motion to the outside.
One of the problems with the Patriot running game is that lack of speed, although Russell ran very well to the outside last week against the Jets. Patriots have converted only 1 of 6 previous 3rd downs. Bledsoe screens it over the middle. Froome running hard. He's got a 1st down. He's inside the 20-yard line. Good offensive execution by New England as there's a 12-yard gain on 3rd and 11.
This is an excellent call because what they did is they took the 3 wideouts and they run them off. And then Froome, number 26, the only guy in the backfield, this is a middle screen. He just sets up. The blocking is downfield. He gets a good block downfield by Mike Arthur, the center, and they pick up the 1st down. Of course, Mike Arthur was also be on the line of scrimmage. Doesn't count, though.
Illegal only if you're caught.
That's right.
Now the Patriots align with a power set. Double tight ends. Russell taking on people. Hard to bring down, but when they do bring him down, it's for a loss. Back to the 17-yard line. And a penalty marker comes in.
Jared Perry, what a great move he made. I mean, he comes up and just makes the hit on Russell. He doesn't bring him down, but he slows him down.
Might have Donald Evans here, Paul, on a personal foul. Be a 1st down for New England.
Got to control your emotions.
We talked to Donald yesterday.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 66 defense, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Donald Evans is the guy with his game face on Saturday. He's ready to play all weekend.
All right, let's take a look at 66. Here he comes in. Well, he's stumbling and falling, but he puts his shoulder in to Russell on the ground. Here it is. Maybe we can get a better look at it here. Well,
if that's a personal foul call, yeah, because it's a 1st down, they don't have it marked. Officials are now conferring.
What happens is on that play is if he doesn't dip his shoulder, they let it go because he was stumbling into him. But when he was falling, he dips his shoulder. Now it puts it 1st and goal at the 9.
Now they do mark it. It's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. And that replay didn't look intentional, but the personal foul call was made as the fans kick in. Bledsoe takes a look. He throws. Leonard Russell, who doesn't catch many, gets it down close to the 5-yard line.
D.J. Johnson and Greg Lloyd were both there. Greg Lloyd was both there to make the play. He picked up about 4 yards on the play. One thing the Patriots, obviously would love to score a touchdown. There's no question about that. But they want to at least come away with it with 3. This way you tell everybody, hold on to the ball.
Marv Cook comes into the game. He might be the guy they're going to. 2nd and goal from the 6. Bledsoe stands in, takes a look, fires to the end zone. The ball is tipped away. Rod Woodson comes over to knock it away as Coach tried to come down with it. They had 2 tight ends aligned to the right.
Rod Woodson has just made 2 great plays in this quarter so far. That one there saves a touchdown because Bledsoe sees Coach in the back of the end zone. And then Woodson, this is not his man, but he makes a move back onto the ball and knocks the ball away. See, Coach's feet comes down. They come down in bounds. And look at this. Coach is up in the air. Woodson knocks it away. Outstanding.
So as the game wears on, Woodson looking more and more like the all-pro he is after a slow start. He was beaten twice in the 1st quarter. Bledsoe looks. Not much happening. Here comes the rush. He throws. It's intercepted. Carnell Lake.
Crick, this is total inexperience. I mean, you got third down and no place to go. You don't throw the ball back across the field into all of the defense. And Lake was there. We're watching Parcells during this play. And this will speak for itself.
What a day for a baby. A new look. Impossible.
Throw the ball back across the field. Here's where inexperience comes in and a mistake is made. Let her go. Then we're going to stop it. We're going to show you something here. Here comes Bledsoe out to his left. Now here, stop. If Bledsoe takes it, throws it out of the end zone, that's fine. You get 3, maybe. But you don't throw it back across the field.
But he did. And the Steelers dodge a bullet and take over the ball at their 20. Carnell Lake with the interception, a 3rd turnover for New England. The Steelers have turned it over, none. No turnovers for Pittsburgh as Merrill Hodge runs.
Well, Bledsoe goes to the sidelines, and I know this is the longest walk of his life. He's taking us over there, and Parcells is waiting on him.
5 yards, 2nd down.
One thing about Bill Parcells, and even Tim Goad said it yesterday, he said, you know where you stand with this guy. He's going to tell you right to your face. You may not like it, but at least you know.
But I think even though he didn't like it there, Paul, he had to agree with it. Merrill Hodge runs. He's ahead on 2nd down and a long 5, and looks like he may have a 1st down for Pittsburgh. Mike Pitts was on the tackle.
You just give it to Merrill Hodge and let him run until he drops it and give it to him one more time to make sure that he's dead. I mean, this guy gives, I'm telling you, he gives you 100% even in practice. There's nothing flashy about number 33. Except that he gets the job done. Not only running with the ball, catching the ball, but also blocking.
New England, a young team with 32 players on the squad that were not with the Patriots a year ago. The defense has played a good game for New England. They have to come up with plays now. They need a turnover, and there's the experience factor as Neil O'Donnell finds time running out. He unloads to the bench of the Patriots, just throwing it away. But there's a penalty marker down, and the Patriots are signaling it's a holding call against Pittsburgh.
You know, when you ask about Eric Green earlier in the game, Crick, and what's happened to him and why they don't throw the ball to him, well, first of all, you got to stay on your feet. And you got to stay on when you're coming downfield. And I'm going to show you something here. Hold on just a second, boys and girls. This guy right here on the end of the line is number 86 is Green. Watch what happens when he comes off the line of scrimmage. Here comes Green. Here comes Green.
10 yards.
He's down 35. Tough time to get up. And he's covered. There was a holding call anyway, so it wouldn't have made any difference.
Adrian Cooper's called for an illegal block, and Adrian's coming over to hear about that as he's taken out of the game. And that brings up 1st down and 20 now. Steelers awful tough to beat here at Three Rivers. They've won 14 of their last 16 home games here. O'Donnell looks. He's in trouble. Somehow eludes a sack. And finally he goes down back at the 10-yard line.
He had Dwight Stone wide open and didn't throw him the football. And I know he saw him. And it's got to be his arm.
Oh.
I don't believe he can get it there. I'm telling you, I don't think he can get the ball there. Because Stone went across the middle. He was wide open for about 15 yards. In the middle of the field, you'll see number 20 come into the picture. Right here. And he's looking at him. See Stone up at the top? He's open, Crick, and he never throws the ball to him. I got to believe that arm is bothering him a lot more than he's saying.
6 sacks given up by the Steelers on Sunday night. The Oilers 3 today so far to the Patriots. Hodge turns wide. And Rod Smith comes up to shut down the run.
One thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, they'll let you know how they feel. They're like Parcells. They don't hold anything back. They booed the first quarter. Then the second quarter, the Steelers came back and they cheered like crazy. Now, they're in the third quarter. I guess 1 and 3 are the booing quarters, 2 and 4 are the ones they cheer.
The Atlanta Falcons giving the Steelers some help right now as they are beating division leader Houston 14-6 in the third quarter at the Astrodome. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. That's the end of 3 quarters.
Tonight, some of the NFL is prohibited.
We're back. Don Criqui with Paul Maguire at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Winds are gusting, temperatures dropping, and the Steelers are leading by 3. With a third down coming up. Screen pass to Merrill Hodge, and a big play by Maurice Hurst, who read it all the way and makes the knockdown. And the Steelers now have to punt the ball back to New England from deep in Pittsburgh's own end.
Well, there's the guy that Maurice Hurst. There's the guy that Parcells says is the best player on his team. When we came into the meeting yesterday, he said, you sit right down next to me, son.
Well, he said he's one of the best. He also had a kind of like Vincent Brown. Mark Royal with a high punt. Very well hit by Royals. Penalty marker is down. Ronnie Harris looking for room to go. Finds a little and goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Charles Davenport again coming down with a special teams play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 55-yard punt, but a penalty marker down way back upfield.
Legal man downfield for Pittsburgh. Don't make him kick again, I would.
Or is it way up backfield? Either or, with or without, I think, in that case.
6-1.
Half a dozen of the others.
Of course, the Steelers, New England they'll have the ball at the 33-yard line if they want to do it, but I'll make a punt again.
The kicking team was illegally downfield, 5 yards. Repeat, 4th down.
Chad Brown, rookie linebacker from Colorado. He's a fun guy. He raises snakes for a hobby.
Never get a visit from me, I'll tell you.
When your dog or cat is missing around the house, you're not too concerned, but this guy, when his pets get loose, you clear out.
I don't do good snakes, I'll tell you that at all.
He was going to make a major business out of it. He thinks it's a big market for snakes.
They really are.
Got to have a nice clientele, huh?
He also should own a desert.
Now, Royals hits another punt, much shorter, but it'll be tough to field. Takes a big Steeler bounce. Here comes Harris. He's got a gap. Ronnie Harris puts his shoulder down and dives to the 42-yard line. So it was an expensive penalty on Chad Brown, making the Steelers re-kick. There's a plus yardage on the second punt of about 30 yards.
Interesting stats. Look at the total yardage. 60 yards more, 63 actually by New England. But that yellow 3, there's the biggest problem of the day. 3 turnovers. Turn the ball over. The Steelers got on the board. It's the biggest stat is 17-14, isn't it?
And another big one, Paul, the turnovers. 3 turnovers by New England, none by Pittsburgh. There's the long ball we were looking for. On the fly, it's broken up. Down at the goal line, Timpson was the intended receiver. Running the deep pattern, rhythm, step for step, was D.J. Johnson, number 44, and Carnell Lake.
Carnell Lake got over there to help out, and he had to pull himself away. It was almost pass interference. Watch Carnell Lake coming in on the right-hand side of your screen. You see that? He's putting his hands up, not looking at the ball. That's pass interference. You can't do that. I thought, he put his hands up but he never looked back at the ball.
Bledsoe makes a throw, wrong side of his receiver, and this forces the young QB into a big third down throw. Third down and 10 coming up early in the fourth quarter.
Rick, this is all timing stuff, and he's learning, and all these things are new to him. He's seeing different things happening. This ball, if it was thrown out in front, might have been caught, but it was thrown behind with really no chance to catch the ball, and that was one-on-one coverage by Rod Woodson.
Steelers front four digging in. They'll be coming hard on third down and 10. Bledsoe stands in, takes a look. Timpson has the ball tipped away. And then almost intercepted, and there's room and interception on the tip ball. A huge defensive play by the Steelers. It looked like the man who came up with it was Gary Jones, number 25, a 4th turnover.
I can't believe this ball. We got to see this from the ground. This ball was absolutely. First of all, D.J. Johnson is the guy that makes the play. He knocks the ball away. It looks like it's open. The ball goes up in the air. All right. Here's Gary Jones. Look at this. The ball comes down. Does it hit the ground? Yes. That's not an interception. I'm sorry, folks. It's a great effort, but it's not an interception.
That's 2 plays that have gone against the Patriots. A clear interference at the goal line wasn't called. And now An interception that would be overruled with a replay still in existence.
It would have been a 4th down anyway, and the Patriots 4th and 10 probably would have punted the ball with most of the quarter to go.
Probably don't count, though. Here's a good run by Leroy Thompson as he was shut off in the backfield, then got ahead for about 4 yards.
Let's take one more look at the play now. This is Gary Jones, number 25. Watch the ball hits the ground. There's an official right there. The ball is on the ground. Sorry. Now it goes back up again.
And he might have hit the ground again. A trick play. Gary Jones will take it.
He said, I'm laughing. I got away with one.
Leroy Thompson now at 63 yards rushing the ball. O'Donnell gets time. He takes a look. Green gets it. He's knocked back. Very close to a 1st down, but it might be short of there. Adrian Cooper comes down with the ball.
Rick, I'm telling you, there's something drastically wrong with O'Donnell's arm. Watch how this ball gets there. It's almost like a lob pass. When he throws this ball out there and Cooper has to go up in the air. Look at this ball.
Yeah,
it's lobbed up in the air, and look at Cooper. I mean, this is way above his head. He makes the catch. Hurst is there, but there's no zip on the ball.
No, none at all. It really fluttered. He's normally a strong-arm quarterback. We told you about his injured shoulder and the tendonitis condition in his elbow. They're down and short, and it looks like they might have shut him down short of the 1st down. Leroy Thompson, needing only a yard, may have lost a half yard. Patriots are running off the field with their defense. They know they stopped him. And the Steelers have to punt. Al Groh salutes his defense. The defensive coordinator of New England.
All right, this defense has played extremely well. The ball. Remember, when the Pittsburgh Steelers were scoring, those were off of turnovers. Defensively, New England's been solid all day.
Royals hits a knuckleball. Ronnie Harris comes up on it. Another good return as he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A return of about 12.
Look, a rainbow! Over there!
Always Coca-Cola. By Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz. By Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time. And by Napa, we keep America running.
.11:40 to play in the game at Three Rivers Stadium. The Pittsburgh Steelers a decided favorite. Down 14-0 in the 1st quarter. Came back to take a 17-14 lead just before the half. There's been no scoring now through the 3rd quarter and into the 4th. Bledsoe stands in. They're going to get him. He gets the ball away. It's ruled incomplete. Donald Evans comes in to make the play.
Obviously, there's no more in the grasp, huh?
Wasn't on that.
No, Evans comes in and he makes. Well, the defensive line really caves in on Bledsoe here, but Evans is there from the backside. He had help from Lloyd. Defense is inspired.
Second down and 10 comes up for New England. Fumbled snap. Bledsoe's arm is hit as he releases the ball. He's all right. And it's an incomplete pass. Kevin Green put the pressure on, and again, 3rd down arises. The Patriots needing 10 once again.
It's the 3rd time that they've had misconnection with the center and the quarterback. The ball drops on the ground. That gives Green time to get by Harlow and just hit Bledsoe his arm. The ball goes down.
The regular center is out. Bill Lewis. He was hurt last week against the Jets. Mike Arthur has been the Patriots center today. Brisby comes wide to the near side against Woodson. 2 wide receivers set to the top of your screen. Bledsoe takes a look. Goes downfield. Ball was caught but out of bounds. And a penalty marker's down. Bledsoe was hit out of bounds. Kenny Davidson.
Yeah,
first down Patriots. Personal foul.
Talking about you're getting the ball back. They're going to have to punt.
Boy, Bill Cowher.
Unnecessary roughness.
Working on that gum harder.
Late hit. 15 yards in the previous best spots, first down.
Now, I want to see something because in defense of the defensive lineman, I mean, when a quarterback is standing there, he's not even trying to get out of bounds. He's waiting for someone to get over. Now, here comes Davidson. Does he have a chance to stop? 1, 2, 3. He has a chance to slow up. He has a chance to pull it off, and he didn't. And that's a judgment call by the official. And that's a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
But in truth, the Steelers have no complaints after those earlier calls. The interference call that wasn't called. The interception that appeared to hit the ground on replay. So the Patriots, beneficiaries of penalty yardage drive on. Leonard Russell finds the yards coming tougher and tougher, and those big, tough Steelers are hunting the ball, looking to knock it free. Second half possessions for the New England Patriots. An INT, an interception, punt, 2 more interceptions.
Remember, the last 2 games, the Pittsburgh Steelers only had 1 interception. And here they are with 3 of them.
And a Steeler is down. So he's attended to. There's a break in the action with Pittsburgh in the lead by 3.
If you're really into
inadvertently when he was going to make a tackle.
Number 64 is Kenny Davidson. And Johnson is down on the ground. And here comes Davidson to right of the screen. And he looks like he kneed him in the head as he went by. Here may be a better look at it. Take a look at it from here. 64. He lands right on his head.
His replacement is Deion Figures, number 21, a terrific prospect. He was the Steelers' #1 draft choice out of Colorado. Won the award as the best defensive back in the country, the Jim Thorpe Award, I think it is. Doubleheader day on NBC Sports. Denver and San Diego is the game most of you will see. Some of you will see the Chiefs with Joe Montana back pulling the trigger, going against the Seahawks in Seattle, quarterbacked by a man who idolized Joe Montana his whole life, another Notre Dame product, Rick Meyer. Check your local listings for the game in your area on this doubleheader day on NBC Sports. As DJ Johnson, one of 2 good corners, he doesn't get the acclaim the All-Pro Rod Woodson does, but Johnson's a top player. And apparently still dazed by that shot he took on the head, but good to see him sitting up. Apparently he's okay.
They're moving his neck, and you don't want to remove the helmet.
All right, we'll clap for that. Right? DJ's up and coming off under his own power.
That is outstanding. He had his head knocked back. He got kneed in the head by his own man, Kenny Davidson, accidentally. But he ends up walking off on it really under his own power, and that is good news.
50-year cornerback from Kentucky, DJ Johnson. The ball is positioned at the 41-yard line of the Steelers. As you see the score, Pittsburgh in the lead 17-14. New England got down close their last possession, only to have Drew Bledsoe fire a crossfield throw into the end zone that Carnell Lake picked off to stop the threat. Bledsoe has thrown for over 200 yards, 1 for a touchdown, 3 have been intercepted. Bledsoe stands in again and throws it away. Not by a lot, but he did throw it away with no one to go to.
You know, he was going to go to Timpson, and they were going right to work on Figures out on the outside. And Deion Figures just played it perfectly. He was already deep. He even makes a break on the ball. Bledsoe actually throws this ball away. Bledsoe looks. Here's Timpson, but look at Figures. He's right on him. He's got perfect coverage. Turns around. The ball is thrown out of bounds away. A smart thing to do. I wish he would have done that in the end zone down there. Red had a tie game.
Yeah, the 10-minute ticker. The Buffalo Bills extending their lead over the Raiders now. They're 24-16. Buffalo, another of the 8-3 teams. Bledsoe lets her rip. He comes in high, and it's picked off. Gary Jones has it. A 4th interception, a 5th turnover by the Patriots.
Well, this is almost like a punt. Gary Jones. I saw the first one, and I looked at this one. I don't know whether he trapped this one or not either. Here we go. Let's take another look at it. Here comes the ball, overthrown. Jones is down.
Where's the ball? Where's the ball? The ball's on the ground. This was a little closer. That right hand looked like it got underneath it. The official is right there.
Great second look. Our producer today for NBC Sports is John McGinnis. Our director, John McDonough. Executive producer, Tommy Roy. As the Patriots now dig in, they'll try to get the ball. May make a knockdown on Leroy Thompson at the 25-yard line.
Maurice Hurst was one. But Saab, number 95, what a game he has had.
This guy's got the goods. Wayne Saab from New Hampshire.
Drew Bledsoe, 9 incompletions in a row. Well, actually completed 2.
Parcells talking about Saab said he really has terrific ability. He's, if anything, a little bit over-exuberant. Might overrun the play in the out-of-position on occasion, but he's going to be good. He's on the run now, looking to run down the ball carrier. Leroy Thompson on second down. He runs for not much. Might have got 2 or 3.
Don't they talk about third down conversions in a ball game that's important down? Of course, Bill Parcells talks about it. You ready for this? Pittsburgh Steelers, 4 for 16. Third down conversion. Of course, there were a couple of them for about 25 yards.
We're told they're going to do a neck examination of D.J. Johnson. Whether or not he'll return, it would appear to be doubtful at this point. With 9:22 left to go. Whoa, almost a pickoff. Good play by the intended receiver, Ernie Mills. He really popped the guy that was in position to intercept, Corwin Brown.
And Harlan Barnett just twisted his ankle in the middle of the field trying to cover Eric Green. But that ball was thrown into double coverage. Lucky this one's not picked off. I'll tell you, I just really have to believe that there's something drastically wrong with his arm, because this ball has nothing on it.
Mark Royals hits a punt. Well downfield from the 20. Ronnie Harris breaks it and gets it out to the 35-yard line. A 50-yard punt, but Harris weaves his way for a 12-yard return. When we come back, the Patriots start again.
Yeah, everybody thinks they know Troy Aikman.
Now gone in front of Atlanta, 20-14 on a touchdown return of a fumble by Ray Childress, and the schedule for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, it looks like it's in favor of neither one of them. You got to win them all. I'm going to tell you, you have to win them all. Win the division.
Leonard Russell runs the ball out to the 41-yard line. Scanina, however, this guy was drafted in the 7th round out of Purdue. All he did was make plays. He started 4 years for the Boilermakers. Jeff Scanina, number 90 for the Steelers. He's come in and played terrific football as a rookie. Steelers have a great history of getting guys in the middle to late rounds who turned out to be tremendous players.
And you attribute that to the scouting department.
Oh, yeah. Leonard Russell on 2nd and 4 breaks it ahead for a first down. Good offensive line blocking. Armstrong and Harlow the tackles. Chung and Balding are the guards. Mike Arthur is the center.
Head coach number 87 gets an excellent block on Lloyd. He just takes him down the line of scrimmage and pulls him down and opened it up for Russell.
Bledsoe victimized with 4 interceptions. Downfield throw. There's a 5th. Darren Perry picks it off. If losing is a learning experience, then Drew Bledsoe's getting some hard education today.
He really is, and I think he was trying to throw the ball to Brisby. It wasn't even close to the ball. Now, you know, in a situation like that, you don't know whether the receiver ran the wrong route or the quarterback didn't read the defense. They're trying to give him some consolation. When you take a look at where this ball ends up, it ends up in the middle of the field. Look where he's throwing this ball. Now, it's not to the tight end, Coates, coming across there.
No, it's Darren Perry.
That's thrown to Perry, yeah, but you see Brisby down at number 82? I think he was supposed to come across the middle to run a post route, and he didn't go.
He will be a great player, but not yet through Bledsoe. Now the Steelers looking to run some clock. Leroy Thompson stays in bounds. Game clock down to 7:28 to play. Tackled by Corwin Brown.
When these guys, Pittsburgh, run the ball for 4 yards, that's a great run.
Yeah.
They're just not doing anything.
Patriot defense has played a standout game. Drew Bledsoe having a disappointing day. 6 turnovers. He's been intercepted 5 times, and he lost a fumble. 4 times.
Intercepted 4 times. Yeah, and he lost a fumble.
4 interceptions. Handoff goes to Leroy Thompson, who's down to the 45-yard line. Short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Big John Washington made the tackle. You know, this, we're 3rd down. Okay, now we're what? 4 out of 17? 4 out of 17 and 3rd down conversions. That'll kill your average.
See what Neil O'Donnell goes to now on 3rd down. You remember the last time they had 3rd and short, the Steelers couldn't get there with a run and had a punt. This time, Leroy Thompson gets low and gets in and gets ahead for the first down. Last week, Neil O'Donnell, we talked about his troubled arm. This was against the Houston Oilers in that 23-3 Houston victory. Lamar Lathan, 57, comes hard from the left side. He'll make the hit on Neil O'Donnell. And you'll see him knock him to the ground. The hard AstroTurf on his right shoulder. He stayed in briefly after that, but had to come out. Mike Tomczak went in.
I didn't see a flag for a late hit.
On first down, as we go to live action, O'Donnell throws it away.
They were trying to run a screen out here. Now we got some guys fighting. Number 77 is Hasselrig.
He's an NCAA wrestling champion. He might be the favorite in any fight.
Well, he was on Mr. Saab, number 95, and they were banging each other around. I don't know whether this is a double penalty to don't throw it.
Was out of the pocket. There is no intentional grounding on the play.
Well, we knew there wasn't intentional grounding. The problem is they were trying to get Leroy Thompson out into the screen, and he never got out. He got caught up in the middle, never got out in the screen, and that's what O'Donnell was looking for, couldn't find him. When the screen sets up, you can't get tied up inside. This is one of those double dippers, and no sense he was throwing the flag.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 95 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot, first down.
All right. I mean, he was locked up with Hasselrig, number 77, and Mr. Saab gets caught.
Carlton Hasselrig won, I don't know how many NCAA wrestling championships. 12th round draft choice. Good enough to go to the Pro Bowl last January as a guard. A powerful man, and that penalty call against Saab sets the Patriots back and gives the Steelers a first down. Thompson keeps trying to bounce wide. Time and again the Patriot defenders knock him down with little gain. That was tackle barrage led by Vincent Brown, lead hitter. Bledsoe's official numbers, 13 of 35 throwing for 216 yards. He's thrown 5 interceptions and 1 touchdown pass. And he lost a fumble.
Well, you know what? When I look at this Pittsburgh offense, you got to get Foster back or get a quarterback that can throw the ball over 15 yards. Because with that, you're not going to do much with this offense.
Thompson. Nothing. Patriot defenders come hitting again and make the knockdown for no gain. Third down comes up.
Vincent Brown. Vincent Brown. I mean, he just comes and comes and comes. Saab is on the outside, and he's holding things up, number 95. And watch 59 go inside and make the play on Thompson. I'm telling you, you got all these guys. You got 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage. It's impossible to run with or without Foster.
Pittsburgh has converted only 5 of 18 third down tries, Paul. So it's significant and testimony to the defense played by the Patriots today. O'Donnell throws. And again, he can't find the mark.
Can't find the mark. He's lucky he kept it in the ballpark. I mean, he missed Graham by a good 10 yards.
Mark Royals comes back out to punch for the Steelers as the game clock's now down to 3:56 to play. Angle punt near side.
Are you ready for this?
Marker's down.
They had 12 men on the field, New England. They got a guy running to the sideline, just jogging over there, never got off the field.
Well, they're going to probably take the play because it's out of bounds at the 4.
It looked like Dion Lambert, but I mean, it's a 5-yard penalty. Now you may be in field goal range.
Well, yeah, you would be with Anderson. Good point, be a long one, but he's
There is
kicked
no
him that.
foul on the play.
There is no foul?
First down.
The referee threw the flag when the player was on the field. There were 12 men on the field when he threw it.
That's what you think. With Paul Maguire, this is Don Criqui back at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. 3:47 to play in the game. The Patriots needing a field goal to tie it will start 96 yards from the end zone of the Steelers.
Well, what happened on that play, the official did call 12 men on the field, but the guy that ran off said count him again. There were 10. When he ran off the field, he let him one short. So they counted the players again and saw there were only 10. Even if he ran off, he could play.
I'll accept that.
Okay, I liked it.
Well, let's see what the Patriots do now as the Steelers will be putting the heat on.
There's Sisson, what he's missed.
Bledsoe throws. Ray Crittenden has the ball, and the foot race is on as Crittenden is run out of bounds at the 25-yard line by Gary Jones.
Willie Williams, number 27, doesn't make the play. Here's Crittenden to the outside. Now, when the guy catches, you have to make the tackle. Crittenden makes a move, blocks out Lloyd, his own man. Jones saves a touchdown.
Willie Williams in playing the left cornerback position, in there for the injured B.J. Johnson. Bledsoe throws again. He threads one in on the run and all the way out to the 38-yard line. For a 14-yard gain on the play is Ben Coates.
I think that ball stuck in his arm. I mean, when you see Bledsoe throw this ball to Coates, watch it, between two defenders, and he hits him. Bang!
Ooh.
Right in the shoulder pad, holds on. Woodson holds on and saves another 10 yards.
First down, New England. 3:04 to play. Patriots down by 3. Blitz. Somehow, Bledsoe gets away from it and throws it to Parcells, which pleases his coach. Chad Brown was rushing.
Parcells was open.
Yes, he was.
Bledsoe has some mobility. He gets away from the rush and then throws. He got smart enough to throw that one away.
He's going to be a great, great player, Bledsoe.
I don't think he will throw the ball ever again across field in the end zone.
Oh, we heard Dale Parcells, we met with him, talking to Maurice Hurst about there'll be no more block tackles or rolling tackle. He wants arm tackles, wrap him up and tackle him. Bledsoe lets it go long. Ooh, almost a 6th interception. Carmel Lake could not quite get there.
So I think he threw that one away. I really
Not by much.
No, he didn't throw it away by much because these guys are making a jump on the ball. So that time, that was Perry who was down at number 39, had a chance at it also. But I really think that Bledsoe was trying to throw the ball away. You're like at 250. Crick, the ball is, they both have all 3 timeouts. If they don't pick it up, they will punt here.
3rd down and 10. Bledsoe steps in. There's an open man. Looks good. They're going to call it a catch off the turf. Crittenden with a diving reception for a 15-yard gain on 3rd and 10.
Again, this time, Bledsoe has time. Crittenden's coming downfield. Willie Williams is on him. He lets him go to the inside. Crittenden goes down on the ground.
Yeah.
The officials are all there. They can see it. They weren't blocked out. It's a catch. Should be a catch after a couple of those interceptions.
On 3rd and 10, a 15-yard gain. Oh, almost a pick by Willie Williams. He'd still be running if he got it. Ben Coates was the man they were looking at.
There was a rush on. Bledsoe took a shot. Willie Williams has it, and Coates saves the touchdown because he reaches his arm out and just grabs the ball, grabs Willie Williams. Here it is. Watch Coates. See the ball there? And watch him grab Willie Williams. Boom. Saves the touchdown.
Patriots don't win many, but they keep people in the stands. They do make it interesting.
They really do.
Week after week.
And they scored 14 points in a hurry, and they haven't even sniffed the goal line. While they were down there one time, they could have gotten a field goal out of it.
Here's a throw. Broken up by Woodson. Another somewhat dangerous throw, going from the near hash to the far sideline.
You know, when you look at Rod Woodson, though, and I watch him in games, he never gets tired. I mean, he runs kickoff returns, he runs punt returns back. He's playing in a nickel. He plays all the time on defense, and he just there all the time.
He might be football's highest paid defensive player. I think he is at $3.6 million a year.
And that's okay.
Yeah. Hey, he's earned it. He loves Pittsburgh, never wants to leave Pittsburgh. Just built a big new home here. Bledsoe from behind is caught on 3rd down. Chad Brown, another rookie, gets him. And the 2-minute warning is given.
I mean, it really is hard for Bledsoe. The defensive secondary covering. Now watch Chad Brown. He goes beyond. Now he comes back. Bledsoe never sees him. He's from behind. Chad Brown makes the play. It's 4th and 9. I wouldn't do that because Pittsburgh's not moving the ball at all offensively. You still have 3 timeouts. Kick the ball down to the end zone or whatever. If you give the ball to Pittsburgh here, then even if you hold them, they punt. They can get the ball to the other end zone or down inside the 10. So what you do here is you punt the ball away, have 3 timeouts. You're only down by 3 points.
How about if they make a first down, though?
Then he did the right thing. You know, we had a little graphic a little while ago about Sisson with his kicking expertise, and it really has not been very good.
We're coming down to the same scenario where the Patriots are in it right to the end, and maybe a field goal could get them in it, tie it up.
Here's the one we're looking at. I mean, these games all could have been won had he made a field goal in the game.
So many times throughout New England when it's come down to that could-be deciding field goal. Patriots fans,
Sisson's over there, get the first down and the touchdown.
Faces out of their eyes, they can't bear to watch. Hoping to hold that choking sob. Sisson's going to have a big day one day. Might be the day, but right now we have 4th down and 8. A long 8. Woodson on a blitz. They pick him up. Bledsoe throws. Timpson's open. First down New England to the 20-yard line on the play of the day for the Patriots.
And again, you give this young man time. Every time that Bledsoe has had time to throw the ball, he has found an open man. And this time, he had all the time in the world. Look at how much time he's got back there. And you're right. They had blitzes on. They had Woodson coming in. And all of this time, they have 2 receivers out there, Grisby and Timpson. Parcells' reaction? Finally found something he's happy about.
Fred Hoagland is the offensive line coach of the Patriots, one of the best. Baldinger made a huge play. He spotted Woodson, hit his own man, then pulled off and picked up Woodson, who was coming on a blitz.
Evans is offside again. And again, the same thing applies that applied in the first quarter. Once you can run unimpeded to the quarterback, they'll blow the whistle because you can knock him out forever. So when you go across the line of scrimmage, explain that one more time, and on the defense, if you don't touch anybody and you run unimpeded to the quarterback, they'll blow the whistle.
Well, we'll see what's impeding the whole thing here now as we have consultation. Bill Power. He is waiting for his team to come out of it. As we pointed out at the outset, one of his best players, offensive tackle John Jackson, said our season turns on this game today. If we win it, we're back in it. If we lose it, I don't know where we are. As they
defense number 66 was offside, unabated toward the quarterback. The play is shut down, 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down. And please reset the clock to 1:53.
Talk that over. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to somebody. I want to talk to somebody here just in a second. There's Evans. He's talking to Evans now. That's the second time today. Don't ever let it happen again. Now get back in there and kill somebody.
You say unimpeded. He says unabated.
Yeah. Is that any good? Was that right?
I think it's acceptable.
Thank you very much. 6-1.
Good. Oh, have we seen this before? If you've seen the Patriots this year, down by 3, 1:53 to play. They have both teams all 3 timeouts remaining. Bledsoe looks, man in the end zone, broken up nicely by the Steelers. Deion Figures, number 21, covering Timpson as the weather really has gotten cold now.
Yeah, but Crick, you know, when you look at this replay, there's only 2 guys, Frisbee and Timpson in the coverage, and Leonard Russell is a back coming out of the backfield. So you've got double coverage on everyone, and there's just no chance of getting the ball. The ball Figures is there. The play is made by Carnell Lake. But when you're only sending 2 wideouts out, you've got to get one of these tight ends involved in this.
Leonard Russell, like a freight train, an express, down to the 10-yard line. It's a first down and goal for the Patriots.
Now the clock is running. The Patriots have 3 timeouts.
Every week. It's unbelievable.
You know, if you look at, except for a couple of blowouts, you could have replayed every 9 games of the Patriots and it all looked the same.
Scott Sisson hoping he doesn't get out there unless it's for an extra point.
Yeah.
One of these days, the Patriots are going to close the case. That run is down to about the 8-yard line.
I think it's about time to take a timeout. It is. And to take a timeout, go over there and regroup. Because they're going to definitely run the clock down with no time left to go if they're going to kick the field goal, which is, I'm a master of the obvious. But I would let this guy put the ball up in the air now because, I mean, the Steelers are sitting in there all bunched in thinking, well, they're not going to let this guy already threw an interception down. We're not going to let him throw another one. I would some kind of play action pass and look at Coates, the tight end, or a guy they have not even thrown the ball to today, Marv Cook.
And we remind you, a big Saturday coming up on NBC Sports. It begins with NFL Live at 12 noon Eastern Time. And the Jets, who are in a street fight right now at the Colts, go to RFK to play the Washington Redskins. Following that, the premier event in college football and individual awards, the Heisman Trophy Award Show, presented by Wendy's. Following that, the Gatorade Triathlon.
Well, you're talking about in the fight with Indy. The Jets lost to Indy 9-6.
It's over.
Over.
Wow. Bledsoe looks. He throws and throws it away, and that brings up 3rd down and goal. Well done by Bledsoe, who's learned the hard way today with 5 interceptions and a fumble.
Well, that time at least they had 4 people out in the pattern. They had the 2 tight ends out in the pattern, Cook and Coates, and 2 wide receivers in the pattern.
You're right, Dean Biasici kicking a 38-yard field goal with a second left to win the game for Indianapolis. Bledsoe over the middle. It's caught. Down to the goal line, and Leonard Russell is not in.
And it's going to be 4th down. What do you do? Criqui's inside the 1. It's a half a yard. You want to win this ball game. Go for it. You want to win this ball game.
Let them run the clock down. They're just going to run the one more play, obviously. Bill Cowher churning, as is his counterpart Bill Parcells. They're keeping the offense out. They send Sisson out and he hits the field goal. They go to overtime.
It'll be about 16 seconds, 17 seconds when they do this.
Bledsoe looks like he's going to stay in the game with the offense and go for the touchdown.
All right, here's the play. Sam Gash, number 33, is the guy coming over the middle. First, he almost bobbles the ball. It's a little high. Look at the concentration. Gash gets the ball, gets inside. If he could have leaned the ball over the goal line, he would have scored. Look at here, because he's not down yet. If he leans the ball over the goal line right here, he scores a touchdown. He couldn't get it up. Touchdown saved by Chad Brown. And these guys want to win the ball game. Overtime, I don't really think they're thinking about that. They ran the clock down. They'll run one play. There's only one guy you give it to.
Yeah, that's what the Steelers are thinking, too. Number 32, Leonard Russell.
How about a bootleg?
Well, a bootleg. He's run some nice bootlegs this year. Steeler defense coming out. They're going to go goal line defense.
I love it. You're 1 and 10. Where are you going?
Seconds to play. The Patriots with 4th down and goal from less than a yard away. They'll win it or lose it on this play. They win it. Over the top. Bledsoe still haven't signaled. They haven't signaled. It looked like he got in, but no official signal. Now this is all on the officials. It looked like Bledsoe got a yard over the top. We'll watch again on replays. The officials rule against the Patriots and for the Steelers. Let's see this again. Let's run this again.
It's almost impossible. Bledsoe knows he's in. Let's see, you're right on the line, folks. Here it comes. Look where the ball is. Did the ball get over? I'll tell you what. That's about as close as you're going to get. He didn't get the ball over the line. All he has to do is touch the line. This is an excellent call by the official.
It's an unbelievable but familiar turn of events for the Patriots, though.
Crick, all he had to do was extend his arms. If he had extended his arms, all that thing has to do is touch that line. And once it touches that line, it's touchdown. No matter what.
Let's see if it touches. I think in the front, any part of the line.
Any part of it. Well, look where the ball is. Now, see where it is here? The ball comes down. The ball is knocked back. He never gets to the line. Kirkland, number 99, up in the air, knocks the ball straight down. He does not score.
Well, that's the official ruling, and the Steelers, in a game they felt they had to win, come away the victors, 17-14. We'll be back after this.